right away. That's the number to call immediately to get in. I should say what we do. We help people. I like summing up my show. What do you do for a living, sir? I help people. I help people on radio, TV, and the internet. And the way we do that, of course, I stopped full-time TV years ago, but we do get either stories published, or we go online, or we do our spokesperson thing or our advertising thing and get the word out. So if you have a problem, you give us a call. It's that easy. I don't even like defining problems. What is a consumer problem anyway? Well, it can be anything. Anything to do with a transaction. A transaction. You may say, well, Tom, a neighbor who's a pain in the butt, that's not a transaction. But it could be interfering with a transaction if you ever want to sell your home, or the transaction of peaceful, quiet enjoyment of your premises. Everything we do in life is a transaction. Think about it. Everything. Everything. What you do for your children is a transaction. You do want something in return. You do. You want love. You want respect. You want success. You want self-worth. Whatever it is. It's a transaction. So we're going to help you in any transaction, anywhere. And we do it through a number of things. We have helpers at referralist.com who are also consumer advocates, and they're sponsors at the same time. And then we have a group of us here. Mark, what's going on? What's up for you today? What are we going to do? Anything?
Well, I'm a little upset still at this Total Comfort. In fact, I had Dan reach over there.
That's a follow-up.
That guy's got me pissed.
Okay, we're going to talk about that. I'm writing that down as a
Total Comfort.
Yeah, I'm writing it down as a follow-up because you found out a lot, and I can't believe
And then the guy's got the nerve. He doesn't want to come on. He used to be on the referral list. He had the nerve to tell Dan something like this. You want me to clarify, guy? I'm going to clarify for the rest of your life. I don't care if you left us or we kicked you off. I don't even care. What I care about is you sold this guy a two-stage furnace, and you never hooked it up and charged him for it.
Now, here's the point. First, he was charged for a two-stage furnace, but never got the benefit of it, because for it to work as a two-stage, it has to be wired a particular way from the thermostat. So not only did he not get the benefit, see, if someone had done a two-stage furnace and charged him for a furnace and never wired it for 4 stages, I wouldn't be as upset as I am now. But what he did was he lied to the guy and said he pulled extra wire from the thermostat because it was a two-stage, and said he had to pull wire to do it, and he never pulled the wire.
And he charged him like $1,600 for that part.
Now, what am I getting wrong here?
What did he say, Dan, when you talked to him today?
Yeah.
What was his...
What's so upsetting right now? Not that, I mean, obviously he ripped the consumer off, but what did he... What excuse did he have?
He said it was set up for a two-stage. He just needed to jump it.
So why wouldn't... Okay, so let's follow the logical path.
So is he saying... Wait, Dan, is he saying then it was operating as a two-stage?
I didn't really get that if it was... In fact, I didn't talk to the consumer if it wasn't actually did it. You know, but he said it was already set up for a two-stage.
And it was set up. What does that mean?
Like I said, that's what he said. He wouldn't come on, though.
He did not pull the extra wire. We had that verified.
I'm going to talk to that tech today.
That's what I'm getting at, Dan. Did he claim they pulled the extra wire?
I didn't ask him that specifically, if he pulled the extra wire.
Then we need, but Mark, as far as we know...
I'm going to have the actual tech that was out there that looked at it and discovered all this. I'm going to have a conversation with him. What we have now is all his notes saying, here's what happened.
All right. So this hour brought to you by Become the Banker. I want to tell you about that very quickly, because it is important that you sign up for one of these seminars. If you want an absolute safe, good investment, I have no problems with whatsoever. As I said, no, not a get-rich-quick scheme, not the only investment, not the very best in the world, but I can tell you one of the safest and most practical investments you can make. And Mark, I saw that you had answered somebody by email the other day and told them to call in. Because I tell people, if you go to becomethebanker.info or becomethebanker.org, .org is to sign up for a seminar. .info is my video with information. And then or you can call for a personal appointment, 303-779-6600 for just a personal appointment. It's a simple concept. There's a rock-solid insurance company. You overfund life insurance on purpose. The purpose is not to get life insurance. It's a side note. You get the insurance because the government allows you to overfund it. That money grows tax-free. Then you put money in monthly or yearly. And then when you borrow from it for an appliance or something and pay that back, you pay yourself artificially high interest instead of your credit card. And that is also money that grows. The idea is to get a nest egg. That's it. And then you borrow from your nest egg without ever paying tax on it because the death benefit pays it off. Now, having said that, Mark, what was the one guy? Because I asked for criticism, but some people, they have no, they say, well, I don't need life insurance. I said, are you listening to me? It's not about life insurance. Or some people say, I can buy term insurance cheaper. Well, sure, go ahead. But the idea of this is to purposely get a cash amount.
There was things in the past that were similar but different that didn't make sense. That's not what Joe's doing now.
That's because they used to sell him these really expensive
They'd make all the money on the policy. There'd be
Exactly.
nothing. So it's just a different thing. But here's what I love about these guys, Tom.
All right.
You can actually do a webinar with them. You can go to the seminar. Any single questions they have or you have for them, they'll talk right to you. They'll show you.
So basically, listen, folks, I want feedback on this. Go look at the video, becomethebanker.info, or sign up, becomethebanker.org, and give me your feedback. Dan went to a seminar and decided for himself not to do it. Now, Dan,
he was looking for his son.
Why did you decide not to do it?
Because I was going to do it for my son.
Right.
And I just thought I could maybe get a little higher return on my own there.
Because you day trade.
Right.
Okay, now that is a different animal. It's not meant to compete with everything you do. I mean, Dan can actually make more money day trading. But how many of us actually do that? Because Dan figured out that after you put the money away and then you allow for the dividend, or did you not allow for the dividend on that yield that you quoted? On that?
Yeah, no, you get after insurance, price of insurance for him, you're getting 3.5 about that.
So that was with the cost of insurance,
right.
And that's minimal funding. So listen, what I'm saying is that the idea is it grows tax-free, so that would be equivalent with insurance. That's equivalent to 6 or 7% or 5.5%. And then the idea is when you borrow from yourself, you put even more money in. I'm not trying to convince you of something. What I'm trying to say is this.
It's the real deal.
If you want to talk to me about this or anything on my referral list, you know, when I talk about roofing with Jay Bretz over here, he's our guest today, I say, hey, come on in. Let's talk about roofing. You know, Jay has some strong things to say about the roofing industry. He is in total contrast to many people who take money up front. Jay doesn't take a penny. Now, I am not saying that's a requirement of all roofers. I don't mind if a roofer takes a reasonable down payment when work begins, not when you sign your name, but when work begins.
Or materials delivered.
I don't mind that. I don't mind if you pay in the beginning when materials are delivered, then halfway through the job, then at the end.
I don't like that stuff, though.
No, I don't mind it. I'm saying it's not a requirement, but Jay decided not to take a penny. And I'm wondering, how many times you get burned? Here's why. Here's why. You know how many times people get a $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 check in their bank, and that's their initial insurance check, and I swear to God they find something to do with that money, and when it comes time to pay, they look for excuses not to pay. We have seen this time and time again. I'm not talking about with Excel. I'm talking about with all contractors. Jay, does that happen?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah,
what do you do about it?
Well, you take them to court. You do what you got to do.
But people
costs money.
Do you ever have people? When you say you don't pay a cent till you're content, how far can you carry that?
Well, it depends. For the most part, we do that every time.
And
if they're using regular material. When we don't do that is if they order some exotic material that we could never ever use again or something like that, then they're going to have to pay some money up front.
Okay.
But otherwise, for the most part, 99.5% of our customers don't pay anything until the job's finished.
But do you ever have people that run out of money because they used it?
Yeah, it happens.
Now, a lot of roofers tell me, Tom, that's why I take money up front, because if I don't, they literally will not have the money when it comes time to pay. And I see that happening. Here's our number, 303-713-TALK.
I want to show you something on here.
We can talk about anything you want, okay? Any consumer problem or issue you want. Jay Bretz is with us from Excel Roofing. We also have a new member of the referral list we'd love to. It's Scott's Carpet and Decorating. He's a cool guy. Hey, we can talk about that too, because as you know, we have a lot of great floor covering people.
Look at this.
What?
Just look right here.
All right, what
do you see right here?
I'm looking at a Troubleshooter.com.
What date is this?
Banner.
October 2018. Or, I'm sorry, March 8th, 2018.
Total Comfort.
So 2 weeks ago. So this little scum guy, this scumbag, in my opinion, is also stealing our intellectual property on his website. So Total Comfort, let me tell you, when do I give up when people really piss me off?
Dan.
Ever? I'm suing him this week.
Dad,
$1,000 a day.
Dan, did that guy mention he was using our badge as a member of the referral list?
No, and I didn't have time to bring that up to him.
Okay, well, here's the deal. Total Comfort should be avoided. If they did what it looks like they did, and do we have proof? Are we going to talk to the tech?
Yeah, the problem is I'm going to talk to him, but we're going to have him on the air to talk about it. But it's 13 years ago, so there's not much we're going to be able to do about that because he doesn't want to do the right thing. But I got to tell you where I can get him is on this right here, using our IP and lying and cheating people.
Okay. Folks, again, we are wide open. If you ever want to talk about anyone who advertises with us, we're transparent. The other thing is this. We will help you with anyone. That's what the show's about, help. If you want to avoid problems, give us a call. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And speaking of heating and cooling and plumbing, this is the season where we're in between. And that's why Fix It 24/7 puts out this special. Now, it's only for the next 10 callers because it is so inexpensive. It's only $39 to check out your complete air conditioning system, or if you'd like, your furnace system. Now, they may have a package deal if you want to do both, but it's $39. And for that $39, they will go through that system completely, clean it, tune it up, adjust it, and make it run like new. And if there are any problems, they will present you with options. There's never a high-pressure sale, ever, and you will be astounded at the work they do. They literally disassemble it to the extent it can be disassembled. So if you want to do your air conditioner and get it ready, call them. Just $39, and you will love the service. I guarantee you, if they do any work, you will never get the same work, same products, and the same value anywhere. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
Total Comfort.
From the L&L Heating Air Conditioner Traffic Center.
No new stalls or accidents in the Tech Center. Earlier crash northbound I-25 at Evans, long gone. Still residual backups to about 225, though. It is starting to improve on the front end of that stretch. Traffic is getting by on Highway 85 north of Sedalia. It had been shut down for a 50-gallon fuel spill. There's still some crews and some activity at that location, so just be aware of that. Off-highway crash being cleared, Lincoln Avenue and Chambers. Know your route ahead of time with the Total Traffic app, powered by Traffic Karma. The weather forecast, partly sunny, a slight chance of a rain-snow mix later, a high of 45. Right now, partly cloudy and 29. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
This report is brought to you by American Financing.
Refinance and use your equity to consolidate your high-interest debt into one low payment. You could be saving $500 or $1,000. American Financing, 303-695-7000 or AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182234. Regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans. They have the rate guarantee. If rates go down, they will refinance you free of charge. 303-867-7000. Check out their pre-approval. It's like a cash offer. Already approved. Not pre-qualified. Approved. All you need is the appraisal. 303-867-7000. 867-7000. Equal Opportunity Lender, regulated by DORA. NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
Why is Purefoy Chevrolet the #1 Corvette dealer in Colorado? It's because we earned it, and we work at it. We have a great inventory. Our cars are fairly priced. We have knowledgeable salespeople and a great service department to back it all up. Purefoy Chevrolet, Colorado's Corvette dealer. Find new roads.
Need to get your drains unclogged? Use Plumbline. It's $93 or free. That's right. If Plumbline can unclog or clean your drains for just $93, there's no charge. If there's a serious problem, Plumbline will identify it and present present you with honest options to fix it. They have their own drain division. Most all other companies use third parties. Plumbline Services, 93 or it's free. 303-562-0439. 303-562-0439.
When it comes to hiring, you don't have time to waste. You need to get to a short list of qualified candidates fast. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions based on your job requirements. Then zero in on qualified candidates using our intuitive online dashboard. Your time is precious. Let Indeed help you get to your short list of qualified candidates. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
Today is the day you break the stranglehold of addiction. You and your family can't lose another precious day to this horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing alcohol, prescription drugs, hard illegal drugs, or if it's a mental health issue, anxiety, depression, or trauma related to substance abuse, please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559. That's 720-893-5559. The Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program located here in Colorado. You'll speak to someone local about different treatment options. All evidence-based treatments designed to help reduce substance abuse. No more excuses, no more denials. Get the help you need. Some health insurance covers the cost. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. The Raleigh House, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Call today.
Find your next vacation at the Denver Travel and Adventure Show. Explore thousands of vacation options from top destinations from around the globe. Meet travel experts Rick Steves, the booze traveler Jack Maxwell, and Peter Greenberg. Save big with show-only specials and enjoy hands-on activities. Fun for the whole family March 24th and 25th at the Colorado Convention Center. Get tickets now at travelshows.com. That's
Over my head, breadcrumbs stay in my butt. Of course, I pay $100 to do it.
Trial attorney Joe Lazara. He's offering a free initial consultation and up to $500 off his services. 303-429-6200. That's 429-6200.
Michael Brown, afternoons 4 to 7. Senator Heller of Nevada says Justice Kennedy might retire this summer. If so, it's another opportunity for President Trump to put in the originals on the court and save the Constitution. Join me Monday at 4 for more Irreverent Talk Radio.
So you guys do repairs? Sure. Love repairs. Oh, man. And unfortunately, we get a lot of them around here with the home.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Buy and build. Cheaper than wholesale. I'm telling you, buy and build just thrills the heck out of me. A big, giant, ugly warehouse, plenty of parking, and you'll find inside the deals you won't believe. Vessel sinks for pennies on the dollar compared to even big boxes. I bought beautiful shaker cabinets for my garage, not because I wanted to be fancy pants, but because I got them for $1,400 with granite and everything else. They think it came to a little over $2,000, and with labor $2,400 or something. Here's the whole deal: $2,400. Do you know that in Home Depot for my garage with lesser cabinets, we were talking $24,000. I saved 10 times. I mean, I can't stress it enough. Buyandbuild.net, not just for cabinets and countertops. They also have tile floor. They have laminates. They have hardwood. They also have plumbing fixtures. Oh my goodness, plumbing fixtures that are pennies on the dollar. Light fixtures. So buyandbuild.net, 4800 Washington Street. Really check them out. They're great people. Buyandbuild.net, 4800 Washington Street. Okay, so today we have Jay Bretson from Excel Roofing and a new member of the referral list, Scott Peterson. Scott's carpet and decorating. And he's fuming over here. He just got here and his blood pressure. What's making you so irritated? Just these last couple of problems? Why?
Well, you just mentioned Home Depot, and Home Depot is right here on my list. And I hate to put people down, but
he's got a list.
Like 80% of my repairs are from Home Depot or Lowe's, without a doubt. Nobody power stretches their work, and they Home Solutions is the people that does their contracting, and they qualify one guy on the crew. And the rest of his crew, you really don't know who you're going to get.
What's a power stretcher, Scott?
A power stretcher is a carpet stretching device that goes all the way across the room. It's a bunch of pipes connected with a head and a foot.
Is it hydraulic?
It's hydraulic by your hand.
Now, you mentioned, okay, this thing about the two-stage furnace.
I just talked to the tech.
You were both pissed off. What were you going to say?
Well, I think that
we've been talking about this for like 3 weeks or 2 weeks.
Well, the company's just dumb. If they make a mistake, that's all right. We all make mistakes.
Go out and
fix it.
Right.
Go fix it. Just run a wire and fix it. Come
on.
Well,
here's the deal. I just talked to the tech Andy with 24 Fix It, the good guys who went out there.
Fix It 24/7.
Yeah, they went out. They did the tune-up. The guy finds it. Sure enough, it was jumpered for single stage. Sure enough, they did not run wire, and they charged him for it on the invoice. I couldn't quiz this guy more. I said, how do you know?
How much was he charged for that wire?
Well, they upsold him into a Wi-Fi thermostat at the time and pulled wire, and they charged him $1,600. They didn't break down on the invoice what's what, but that's a lot of money for something they didn't even do.
Right.
And I said, is there any way with the amount of wire in there's 4 wires, with the air conditioner and furnace that this thing can do there? They said, absolutely no way unless you do a red system, whatever this is, but they can't do that. It wasn't there. So these guys literally ripped them off. Hey, real quick, guess who's downstairs? That guy with the iPhone. I wanted him to come in last Friday.
Will he come in?
Well, he's downstairs.
He's here. I didn't know. Do you want him up here, Tom?
I want to look. So I'm going to go get him. Tell everybody what the hell we're talking about.
I'll do that's a Hong Kong Fooey or a phony iPhone replaced under warranty, it's a warning for everyone. If you have replacement coverage, you can be in big trouble if you think you're getting something genuine when they replace it. Let's see. Robert's got a question on Become the Banker. Go ahead, Robert.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
A friend of mine, he had a life insurance, a whole life, and one of the problems was he lost his job, and the agent, whoever, converted his existing policy to pay his premiums until it ran out, like 6 months.
In other words, that's a disaster plan. If you have whole life, it usually has some cash value and makes earnings, and it can pay a number of months without you contributing. This is not the Become the Banker issue, but if you have just regular life insurance, some will sustain itself themselves without further payment for a certain amount of time.
Right. Does this Be Your Banker? Are there monthly premiums?
Yes.
If you don't make them, do you lose that?
Well, there are 3 ways of looking at it. First, there's a monthly premium that you set, and it's artificially high. You go above and beyond the cost of insurance on purpose. The reason is so you can overfund and grow tax-free. However, you don't make it so it's uncomfortable and you can't make it. The idea is forced savings. Now, in an emergency or in a tight situation, you can choose just to pay the cost of insurance, which is a small percentage of the dollar, or you can choose to pay nothing. And if you pay nothing, after a certain time, you will have paid up life. It depends on how much you're putting in and what your benefit is, your death benefit. It'll be paid up. And then you'll never have to make another premium again. But it won't necessarily grow in leaps and bounds either because you're using the money. So you have then defeated the purpose of the reason you got it. But you still don't come out empty-handed. You can do a number of things. You can take a cash payout and discontinue the policy if you get into trouble. Just discontinue it. Or you can let it pay up, if it's a paid-up policy. And if it's not paid up, you can simply let it make payments as long as it can until you get on your feet.
Okay, excellent. The other question I had was, you said you were going to put on some kind of seminar for the service industry, and I was wondering...
Yes, you know what? I haven't touted that in a while. We wanted to have businesses free of charge, and we're going to go over... Mark, our business seminar, we were getting a group together, small to medium-sized businesses we want to help grow.
Yes.
And we are still doing that. If you write, and I will start putting out the word, we're going to get a place, we'll call it, I don't know, help your business grow, whatever. But the point is, email us and give us your contact info, live@troubleshooter.com. Suzanne, you've been keeping that, right? You've been keeping those people that inquired about our business seminar, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. And we'll do that for you. So it's live@troubleshooter.com. Norm, what's going on in your life, Norm?
Hey, Tom. I want to, first of all, thank you for all you do, man. Thanks for keeping the scumbags in line for us.
Thanks.
It helps out.
What's going on?
Hey, I want to give kudos to Plumline. They beat a price of a competitor. My wife wanted me to go off of the referral list because, I mean, aside from the referral list,
sure,
she's sick of me talking about them, right?
Right.
So I was like, okay, fine. So I called this other company. They gave me a quote. I called Plumline. They came out. They matched the price. Now here's what they're doing. They're doing the free. I need central air. They're doing a free furnace. There's a deal going on where you get an air conditioner,
right?
You get a free furnace. Okay. Not only did they beat the other guy's price, but they beat it so low, I was able to throw a humidifier in there.
Well, and Norm, thank you.
As we speak, they're at my house installing all three of those right now. So big kudos to Plum.
God, I'm glad. I'm glad that worked. Thank you, Norm, for calling. We take calls, good and bad, no matter what they are, for everyone. We want to help you. This is the real deal, folks. We really want to help you. Now, the guy that came in about his phone, he brought it in, and we're going to look at it.
It looks nice to me.
Yeah, I want to know how you would feel about this phone if it was replaced under an iPhone warranty. By Foursquare, is it called the warranty?
Square Trade.
Square Trade.
I'm going to put pictures of it up.
So we'll talk about that in a little while because I want to know how you would feel about it. Now, as we have been talking about saving money and floor coverings, we have our friend in here today, our brand new referral list member. We also have, of course, Simply Floors, simplyfloorsinc.com. You can make your own appointment at Simply Floors Inc. by simply going to his website, and you can make an appointment. His warehouse is at 52nd and Ward. That's Simply Floors. He's in a buying group, gets the best prices, and will beat the big boxes every single time. You don't have to go to these big guys to get great service and great prices, and Buddy Mitchell proves it each and every day. That's simplyfloorsinc.com. Don't turn on and leave it, because it's a terrible echo where you're sitting.
Okay.
Now, even where they sit, it's background noise, but where you sit, it picks me up.
Gotcha.
So when I talk to you, and I will, what you'll do is, when I'm talking to you, you can turn it on, and then after you talk, turn it off.
This is interesting. Who gave this to you?
It shouldn't have to be that.
I got it off the internet.
You found it? Okay.
Okay, so.
Then if you want to irritate him, just keep clicking back and forth.
You should absolutely tell him.
No, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, man.
Click back and forth when you're talking, man.
Sure. What do they say to you that they'll do for you?
Nothing. They said that in the contract I signed it, I agreed to go with that.
And I still haven't seen that.
But I'm wondering if they're breaking any laws.
I don't know, Tom, because I'm
really. I'm wondering if Apple would say that. I want to get. Because Apple itself wouldn't work on it. No, sir.
Because it is not an Apple. Yes, it's not an Apple compared unit. It looks like one. It acts like one. Tastes like one. All they got is the motherboard. Everything else.
The case and the screen.
But it truly is an Apple motherboard.
But yes. That's what someone who took it apart told me. But what I needed to do was,
I need to see some of the paperwork.
I wanted to take it to.
Do you have any of the paperwork
That says it's a motherboard?
That is not an Apple. They're not going to work on it.
This is it. That's why they returned it.
That is a huge crime.
But hey, it was for the wireless thermostat and the wiring to hook up those units.
That part of it.
So it said because some of the units in it's been replaced.
Cut it in half.
I tell you what, in the carpet industry, if you have a 100-yard carpet job,
I sent you.
That's just another picture that I took on the internet, where you can research the phones, where they've been refurbished, but when they refurbish, they put all foreign parts on.
They do write 100.
They don't
put
put no
100 square yards of carpet.
Did you see that, Dan?
I'm looking for
Did you
the
see this? These pricks? These pricks? March 8th? That's all right. I'm suing them this week, $1,000 a day.
Down to 87 or whatever.
And they knew they had it because they took it down when I started talking about it.
Oh, would you say $9 a square
Yeah, this is
yard?
only, what is this, 10 days ago?
For what? I thought that's what you said you charged.
No, I charge $5 a square yard, actually.
This is where they gave me permission on the third phone to take it to the Apple Care.
Oh, I sell some carpet for $9.
Did they write anything on there saying won't do it?
They said they would not repair it.
Cool, let's see that. Do you have that?
You have to look at it first. Yeah, I'll give it to you in a minute.
But they would repair, and then they gave me some numbers to call about the case.
Just like you're talking medium grade, right?
See, my Rolands are on the floor for anywhere from 20.
This is the case number in case we got to contact them about my Roland. Because I went from Cherry Creek all the way out to Park Meadows. Park Meadows kept it overnight.
See, now this doesn't necessarily say it's phony. Here, Mark. I'm not, listen, I'm on your side, but it doesn't say it's phony. Now, if you agree to aftermarket parts, as Dan would say, because he loves Excel, he says, then you agree to it. However, you can't agree to break the law. For example, if we agreed that we would take a replacement, an aftermarket replacement for something, they're not allowed to break intellectual property laws to do it, even if I agreed to it. That's called a breach per se, meaning you don't have to prove it. It's breach, but by the fact they broke the law. But in your case, they don't really say it's phony. They say it's unauthorized modifications.
They say they're not going to do it, yeah.
Tom, who's showing fees? Is that filed in?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure how there's Christopher on 2 new ones. So that's what I wondered. Help him buy his Snap-on business. I didn't know that was his last name.
But if they'd have told me that I could have took my original iPhone to have it repaired at an Apple Center, I'd have did that. They didn't do that until the third time. They said they did it, but they didn't.
Robert,
they told me to
how
send
long?
them in.
So right now, Robert, your phone is useless as far as warranty.
As far as warranty, you come next month it will be. This month is still in warranty.
Under what?
Under Trade Square. Square's trade. It's under warranty. But the thing is that if they'd have told me that I took my Apple phone to Apple, they would have repaired it because it was the original phone.
Why didn't you?
They didn't tell me that until the third phone.
It sure looks real, though, doesn't it?
It looks real, but it's not.
How do we know, though? They're not saying it's not real.
Because
they're saying modifications. That could be.
It could be, what do they call that?
Screen.
Jailbreaking it or whatever?
No, everything's real. The only thing real in it is the motherboard. I took it to my phone company.
This
they
case
took it
is not
apart.
real.
No, that's an artificial. When they rebuild them, that's what they do.
Well, then that's against the law.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if that's against
it's
the
everything
law.
No, Mark, it is.
It
is a breach of intellectual property law. Mark, you cannot.
You mean because they put the Apple on there?
Let's get Mark Trenner on. I want to show you once and for all that it's illegal to do this unless Apple licensed them.
I think they should be able to.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. The best orthodontics in the world. Do you know why I say that? Because it's new, and it's genuine, and it's the best. It's that simple. Because there are no surgeries and no extractions, whether you're a child or an adult. Now, it's a little different as a child. The new orthodontics when you're a child, my children are going through it. They wear a series of mouthpieces at night. And then they gradually get their palate widened. My kids' teeth are straightening on their own. When it comes time for braces, they hardly need them at all. In some cases, they don't need them. But this process is about 1/3 of the cost of regular orthodontics. I only pay a small monthly fee for my kids. It's wonderful. And now, for adults, they're a little more aggressive, and they can do everything in 2 years. No surgeries, no extractions. Yes, the adult palate can be widened. He proved it. You know, there were oral maxillofacial surgeons saying it's impossible. But he proves it. Not only proves it, he has thousands and thousands of case histories. And for his finishing touches, he uses Invisalign braces. You will love the results, and you'll have real teeth, and it cures your TMJ, and it cures your sleep apnea at the same time, because it's really doing something. It's not just cosmetics. You know, veneers would cost like sometimes 10 times the cost. 303-690-0100. 303-690-0100. The new orthodontics, Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, and his name is Dr. Kent Lawson. Mark Trenner, Trenner Law, I'm bringing up for some general questions, okay? Mark, picture yourself with an iPhone, and you have a warranty on it, an aftermarket warranty. How much, Robert, do you pay a month for this warranty? How much were you paying for it? Do you remember just the amount? $4, $5?
I think you pay for it all up front.
Right. It was like $500 up front.
Anything, just to clarify, Mark, anything you buy through Sam's Club that's electronic, including phones, they'll offer you a warranty. Same with Walmart, and it happens to be this one. It's called Square Trade.
Now, this is a Square Trade warranty. Now, he agreed to all of the terms and conditions, so we'll just knock that out of the argument. So, when his phone was destroyed or broken, they replaced it. But they replaced it with a weird phone. And I'll tell you why it's weird. He got this phone. It says iPhone, same make and model and color, and he took it in to be... Why did you take it into the Genius Bar? What was wrong with it?
I didn't take it into the third phone because
I understand,
it was jumping.
Why'd you take it in? That's the main
Because
deal.
I was sick of getting a phone from them that wasn't working.
Well, okay, why did you take it in? I just need to know what
because
was the
problem. Video wasn't working
Okay,
right.
good. That's what I want to know. So he takes it in after it was replaced, and they say to him, we're not going to fix it. We're not going to warranty this because there were unauthorized modifications done. So then he did research, and according to Robert, the only thing in this phone that is Apple is the motherboard. He says the case is a phony. Let's just take him at his word for argument's sake. The case is a phony. He says all the ports, the buttons, everything is a phony. The screen is a phony. The only thing...
Aftermarket parts.
The only... they're all aftermarket. The only thing that's genuine Apple is the motherboard. So here's my question to you, Mark.
And this is the phone that was replaced under the warranty?
Right, right. Now, absence of an agreement with Apple, and it seems like they don't have one or they would have fixed it, but let's just not go there. Let's just say absence of an agreement. He has this phone, and even though he agreed to a refurbished phone, isn't this a violation of some intellectual property law? If they have an Apple insignia on a phony case, and it says iPhone on
it. And that's a common thought, but it's not the case under something that's called the first sale doctrine.
Okay, tell me what that means.
Yeah, the IP rights or the patent rights are going to cover the initial sale of the phone. And then after that's sold, you can't keep going after them for infringement. It's just like if you buy whatever car, Toyota car, and they may have patents on that. Once they sell it, that was their first sale, and now their IP rights are done, and anybody can generally go in and repair it and put whatever they want in.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I know you can take an iPhone and put anything you want in it. I know you can.
Right.
I can alter my phone all day long. No, but this is not
what the warranty company did.
That's not what I'm asking. They are taking a case that was made by someone else, and they're trading on the Apple name. There's an Apple logo, the Apple name. They even put the Apple insignias, they put a serial number, and they're calling this case an Apple. So if it's not an Apple, you're saying that's okay.
We're assuming they're calling it an Apple. Well, they might not be.
Look at it.
Well, I know they put the Apple logo on there.
And the Apple
definitely.
name. It says iPhone.
Absolutely.
Okay, so.
Well, and I think that they're basically just repairing the phone, and so they're putting the Apple insignia back on there because it's an Apple phone. It's not whatever warranty.
Oh, I see what he's saying. Because when the guy bought it, it's an Apple phone with the Apple logos. Them, even putting a non-Apple case on there, they still have the right to put the Apple logo on because he bought a phone with an Apple logo, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're not
I will disagree with you, Mark.
They're not marketing Apple parts. They would need a license.
Nor are they selling it.
Well, wait a minute. So I can go out and make cases right now and put an Apple on it.
Not to sell.
Well, why not? They're selling them.
No, they're repairing.
No, they're just repairing. So they're basically putting it back so that it looks the same as the phone.
They put a motherboard. They assembled a phone. They repaired nothing. His phone is not there. His phone is gone. When he claimed the phone.
This isn't a sale. So
I understand.
Making cases and selling them under.
But they're making cases. And they're selling, he's paying monthly for this, okay? Here's all I'm saying. If he's paying monthly for the privilege of a phone, and the phone they send him has an Apple motherboard, but all the other stuff is not Apple, yet they are putting Apple on it, you're saying that infringes on no logos or no copyrights. If somebody sends me, somebody sends
I follow what he's saying.
I know too, but somebody sends me a Nike shoe for repair, Okay? Now, I take that repair.
Repair that. You can put a new sole on
you
that.
Could, how about a new swoosh?
Mark, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying this. Let's do apples with apples. They destroyed their shoe, and he puts a genuine sole, Nike sole on it, but they make a new upper, and they put the swoosh on it, and they call it Nike. And then they send it back to him as a Nike shoe. And you're telling me because they took a sole and put it on that it's all right because they didn't sell it to them. They're just warranting the old one that's destroyed.
They're not out marketing it. Now, if they made that new upper and they put it out on the internet or in the shoe store to sell, yeah, that would be it.
So only for repairing.
But here's what I don't understand. You're saying they're not selling it. Then what is his monthly fee he's paying?
He doesn't. He bought that warranty.
That's just a contract. He agrees to pay and they agree to fix for that sum of money. They're not marketing their product. That's a service contract, basically.
Okay, I'm astounded. I also disagree. I disagree. I think...
Why?
Because here's why. They are they're called because if they wanted to do... It's hurting Apple because if they wanted to do genuine repairs, they would have to buy the cases from Apple. They're not buying the cases from Apple.
Either do car companies, though, when you bring it to a body shop. They force you into other stuff.
But they're not calling it a Dodge Fender. There's not a Dodge insignia on it. They're not calling it that. They're
no. You bring up a great point. On the back, they put a new fender on. Then what do? They put the little thing that says Dodge on it.
No.
Yeah, they put the emblem back on.
No, first of all, they don't have bumpers with emblems on them, okay? If you're talking about a hood that they put on, and then they put the Mercedes emblem on, it's a genuine Mercedes emblem going on the hood. They're not marketing it as a Mercedes
But Mark's
hood.
saying it doesn't have to be if it's part of a repair.
Okay,
if they're actually selling the genuine or non-genuine Mercedes emblem.
I know exactly what he's saying, but I am thinking that if I'm sitting at Apple, if I'm sitting at Apple, I would be pissed off if I see 1,000 cases stamped with the Apple logo and the Apple name sitting there ready to put on refurbished phones, and they did not buy them from me. I would be pissed off. I wouldn't use the argument, oh, well, you're not really selling them. You're damn right you're selling them, because if you didn't get the phony ones, you'd have to buy them from us.
I'm sure Ford and Chevy aren't exactly happy that people are knocking off their mirrors and their doors and everything and selling them.
Aftermarket parts are marketed as aftermarket
So is that.
No, it's not.
Right in his contract, it says they'll replace it. They don't say we're going to give you a brand new Apple phone.
I would have no problem. They have the Apple logo. They have the Apple logo and the Apple name clearly written on this, giving the impression this is an Apple phone.
It's a trip, but I get it.
Would you like it? Would you like it?
I mean, if they didn't have the Apple logo on there and they gave it back to him, didn't look like the phone anymore, he'd be upset that the Apple logo wasn't on his phone anymore.
But I'm talking about victims of, listen, we don't have to feel sorry for Apple, and this is maybe a poor example, but Apple is sitting there and people are stamping out numerous cases every day claiming with the name and the insignia that it's Apple. And they're putting the motherboard in and assembling a phone and sending it back out to take the place of a genuine Apple. Now, that's just my opinion. You know, Mark says, no, they're not selling them. They're just repairing. But they're repairing nothing. There's nothing left of the old phone. They are taking a case and they're putting a motherboard in it. But that's just my opinion. He knows more. He's an attorney. But I'd like to ask Apple how they feel about it.
They probably hate it, but I don't think it's illegal.
We'll see. I think that you're trading on their name. For example, if Square Trade advertised that we use aftermarket parts, what I'm wondering is, I don't know where the background noise is, but we're getting background noise. Does anyone know where that's coming from? Okay. That's weird.
That's really weird, Tom.
It's his phone. It's that dude's phone. So let me see it.
So Mark, if this company did not put Apple on the case, you said it yourself, people would be upset. Now, you can't make a case that they're trading on the good name of Apple and they wouldn't have been able to sell their warranty if they didn't do it? Did he hang up? Oh, he's not there? Okay. So let's get some other opinions. 303-713. Is he there? We got to take a break. I am way too late. I'm just way too late. Let's take a break.
I would be upset.
I'm sorry. It's wrong.
afford it. You know how much money the automotive department pays.
Mark, they're not marketing them, though, as a Chevy. This is a totally different case. They're saying, they're taking it and saying it's Apple. I don't care about replacement parts. They're not saying.
I understand what you're saying. If your camera works, you'd be good.
Worked right, or if the video camera worked right, like an iPhone, I wouldn't be upset. But don't tell me I have an iPhone, I paid $700 for it, and then you're trying to charge me $700 for it.
Why don't? Did you ever bring it back to Sam?
You see this?
Sam Club said we don't do anything because that's the insurance company have to do.
Let's take Bose headsets. I swear to God. If they replace an internal part, I don't give a shit. But if they took this case and they gave me a case and it says Bose and it's not Bose, I fucking guarantee you
there's nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that because the original, you already paid for that Bose. Just because they're putting a phony baloney on there, I don't think that breaks anything. If they marketed it and sold new cases off the Bose logo,
but if they say this, they're marketing a guarantee. If I said guarantee, when you break your phone, we're going to give you an aftermarket case and aftermarket parts and only a motherboard, you wouldn't buy it.
I'm not saying it's fair. I think that's the law, though. What did Mark call it? As soon as they sell that original item, they basically give up their IP on there.
He's thinking, here's what he's thinking. You can take the original phone because you bought it, and I can write on there, Tom Martino's iFuck. I can put anything I want on it. But they're not doing that. They are taking a phone that does not exist. They are assembling it with a case that says iPhone and putting a motherboard in it and a screen and then giving it back to him, telling him it's a genuine iPhone.
No, because the brains of it is an iPhone according to him.
Right.
I think you're allowed to replace everything but the brains. If they were literally knocking off the entire phone, I would agree with you.
But
they're not.
To function to the level of an iPhone if it's supposed to be there? The parts that
you know, if 80% of my car's totaled and 80%'s aftermarket parts, do I still have a fucking Toyota or a Hyundai?
It should, in my opinion.
But it doesn't.
But it doesn't. But the Cartier watch, that's a rip-off, that's a knockoff too. It doesn't work.
Okay, a Rolex watch. They put the guts in another case and write Rolex on it. You're telling me that Rolex says, okay, it's a Rolex.
Mark, iTed's in the neighborhood. Do you want him to stop by?
No, why? Why?
No,
what's she gonna look? What's she gonna look at it for?
This is an intellectual property thing. I don't give a fuck about the phone. I just can't believe anyone at Apple would be okay with that because they are not selling those cases.
Maybe they don't care about it.
Maybe they have a licensing agreement. I don't know.
Well, the company is owned by Allstate. We're not talking like a little warranty company we've never heard. This is a huge company.
Why are they sending me to the Apple Care to find out that it's not a real
I would go
iPhone?
back. Here's what I would do if I were you. I'd go back to Sam's Club with my receipt and say, look at my video. They're not honoring my warranty.
But to take it to there, you have to have...
Well,
see, that's the thing.
No, they're not because his camera doesn't work.
Right.
His only problem right now, what does the camera not work? What does it do?
It doesn't take decent pictures like the iPhone did.
So you're saying if I take a picture with his iPhone and yours is not as good?
It's not as good.
Okay.
And your warranty's running out here, ain't it?
Yes. And that's all they keep saying. Oh, we just have to... Your warranty's over in April. I'm like, I know, but I want a good phone. If they had told me that I could put my original phone to have it
Is it like... What's wrong with the picture, though?
It's not clear as an iPhone. It's good, but it's not an iPhone. And I'm a photographer and videographer, so I know the difference between the pictures I'm looking at. And so far, this phone hadn't acted up, but this is my fourth phone.
Leindecker and Lemire.
If I have
They're intellectual property attorneys. They used to be on the referral list. I just want an independent opinion on it.
And
if I have a polo shirt,
that they say they do that.
I buy a polo shirt.
Or any intellectual property you can find. Anywhere,
but don't let me take a fake phone to iPhone and have it repaired, and they tell me they can't repair it.
Polo shirt, and it rips the horse off, and I go have a tailor repair it. You saying he can't put the Polo logo back on there?
Not if it's not genuine, he can't.
Jeez, I don't know, man. First of all, I own the shirt. I should be able to put whatever the fuck I want on the shirt or have him put whatever I want on the shirt.
You're right, you can. If he doesn't call it Polo, he can do it.
I don't know if
I have a problem.
I know you're saying they call it.
It says iPhone, and it has the logo. Right. That's... Hey folks, listen, we're not going to have time to complete this, but I'm going to do it after the hour because this is an important issue. And here's the deal, okay? iPhone makes cases, they make screens, they make motherboards, they make every part of that phone. And in order for you to have a logo on that case, it's got to be Apple because that's what Apple does. If this marketing company, if this repair and warranty company told you you're going to get a generic case and not an Apple case, you may not buy that warranty. The only reason you're buying it, in my opinion, is because you want a genuine iPhone. If they told you you were going to get generic parts except for the motherboard, would you buy it?
Well, he did, though. I'm sure in the contract it says that.
I understand that. But here's what I'm saying. So under Mark's scenario, Mark Trenner is saying, as long as you bought the phone, you can do anything you want to it. In essence, he bought the phone and threw it away. Then another company made an iPhone using a phony case, and it's trading on Apple's name. He's saying it's okay because he literally bought it. But if I bought Nikes and they repaired my sole and the uppers were bad, they were so bad that they gave me genuine soles and then they knitted together an upper and they put the Nike swoosh on it and called it Nike, I think Nike would have a problem with it. But Mark says because they're not selling it as Nike, they're just doing it for this customer. I mean, look, Mark's probably right. He's an intellectual property attorney. I'm saying, what the hell good are logos and stuff if I can buy something and simply have somebody...
If I buy a Blu-ray disc, a movie, okay, and I copy it, can't do that, right? How about if I just made a backup, then I destroy the original Blu-ray, and all I have is this? Do you think they could get me on IP, even though I copied the entire movie?
No, here's my issue. Do you understand? Here's my only issue. That phone has a case and a screen and a motherboard. My issue is when they sent that phone back to him, they gave him the phony illusion it was a full iPhone because it has the iPhone logo. I'm not aware you can just slap that logo on anything you want and call it Apple. They are calling that case an Apple case. They're calling it Apple. It's not Apple. They're calling it an Apple case. Now, I don't know why that's okay, even if I'm using it to repair a phone. And really, to repair a phone is not a good... They're replacing the phone. So, Mark Trenner, hold on. Mark Trenner, by the way, 720-221-3708. He'll absolutely give you personal attention on IP issues. 720-221-3708. I'd like your opinion. I'll take other calls as well. I just know that if I have a company cranking out fake parts, it just doesn't seem right. Looking for auto repairs?
I do agree with that.
Because if we made...
But I don't think they're breaking any laws.
But if we made a product, and our product had a certain case, and people were getting them fixed somewhere, and this guy was, instead of buying our cases, was putting on a lesser, I would say, you can't do that with my fucking logo. I don't give a shit. You can't do it. They are using that logo to trade because people would be pissed off.
People already bought. Here's where the logic goes. People already paid their one time when they bought the phone.
Yeah.
So they already paid for it. So when they put it on a phone that they're repairing, they already paid for it. There's no infringement.
They're not repairing it. That's what I'm getting at. If he did, honest to God, if he took his phone, and they repaired his phone, his case was bad. I don't care if they put it in there. I don't care. But they took nothing. His phone was gone. And they took a case and a motherboard and everything and then sold it back to him or gave it back to him. They're fulfilling a contract with a phony item. If they said to him, here is your phony phone, he would hit the roof. They don't. The reason they put Apple on it, an iPhone, if it didn't have Apple and iPhone and they gave it back to him, he'd go, wait a minute, what's going on? This isn't Apple. They're trading on the Apple name. I swear they are. They're trading on it.
If they had told me, okay, Robert, take your phone to Apple, have it repaired, send us the bill the first time, I'd have did that. Not give me permission to go on the third phone to take it to Apple. And Apple keeps it overnight, calls me back, says your phone is ready.
He has a completely different issue. He's in outer space. He has a great claim. He himself can get that fixed. But it has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
I know.
What I'm talking about is they are fucking over people because
I
I'll bet you in that warranty.
I don't agree.
I'll bet you in that warranty it doesn't say that they're going to give you a non-genuine part.
If they would have told me that, I'd have had my original phone and I had it fixed.
What is the patch?
But they told me you have to go get your original receipt.
Do you see what Tom's saying, though?
I know.
We're talking about two different things.
There's a special
He's saying
patch cord.
it's like trademark infringement for them to put the Apple logo.
No, because I can't.
That's what I said. I said, how you
But-
going to send me an Apple phone and
I
tell
know,
me
but
it doesn't work?
according to your contract, it probably doesn't say that they have to send you a genuine phone, which is, it's all messed up. It's totally messed up. I agree. But see what I mean? It's like it's two different issues. But you're getting screwed around because you expected them to send you you expected a new iPhone.
No,
That was,
I knew it wasn't going to be new, but I expected it to be refurbished with Apple parts.
Yeah, it's going to be an Apple one that they refurbish.
Right, but this isn't even care because on this phone,
I'll tell my wife tonight.
on the real phone,
His real problem is the fact if it truly isn't operating the same way,
On your page on the referral
it's just two different things, man.
It's
Our argument is completely different.
well,
I'm saying
however you
my
get it, I'm not
point
gonna-
is I don't think it matters even if they write this on there or they create stickers from a laser printer or an engraver and put them on here. I don't think there's a problem because the initial offer paid for these fucking logos. So there is no infringement.
But my question is, even if I take
You think there is?
Yeah.
Even if I took a Chevy car,
How come if I copy a movie, just like I said, and then I break the fucking original movie, all I have is one movie that I paid for, but it's Hong Kong Phooey. I made it on my computer. I backed it up. I created it. There is no way they could come after me.
No,
here's the receipt. I bought it.
That's your personal use. But
as long as you didn't sell
you
it.
start selling it.
They're not selling it. They're repairing it.
They didn't repair it.
I
That's
know.
not the same
We
phone.
all
If
agree
they
with you.
repaired the same phone,
We all
it'd
agree.
been okay.
We
That's
all
what I'm
agree
saying.
with you. We're talking the IP
But
argument.
in your example, if you acted as a replacement company and somebody broke their DVD,
That's right.
and you said, we're going to replace your movie if
That's
it
right.
gets broken.
And they have a receipt for the original.
You send them a bootleg copy.
Yes.
And you fabricate the label and everything.
Yes.
It makes it look like the original. I think that's trademark infringement.
Jeez, I don't, man, because
I don't think
what's the infringement? They got paid for the original use of the property. So no one has screwed them. Where is the damages? They paid for the initial use. Where's the damages?
Because I can't use the original phone.
It's going to be like second tier or third tier law. If you're offering
But if that one person that you're replacing
this is what it would be. They'd say, if you're offering replacement, are you allowed to act like this is original, or do you have to clearly your product?
In his contract, I guarantee it says they can use any parts of the
Probably,
world.
but they're acting like they're replacing it with original. They are.
I thought it was original.
Well, first of all, I don't know. The one thing none of us know is this original or not?
Because they told me the original right here has numbers under it, and then when you open the case where the card goes.
And the weird part is, if you read what it says below there.
That Apple won't work on it now.
Read what the little print does say.
And then they send me to the Apple store to get it repaired, and Apple won't even do that.
Here's what it says.
But that's just like if you had
Designed by Apple in California, assembled in China. That's what it says.
That's what they all say.
Well,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure that's what they all say.
It says, it doesn't even say made by Apple. It says designed by Apple, made in China. That's what it says. I don't even know if they're clearly saying that this isn't phony baloney.
I think that statement is on every one of the Apple phones because they're trying to play.
What's on your Apple phone?
They're trying to play the
and then they put
designed
a
in
code.
America.
On this brand, they put a code right under there, and then on the side slot.
See, if you bought Samsung, you wouldn't have this problem. Here's the problem: You're using a phone made by little Chinese kids that commit suicide. That's your deal. I hope you can sleep at night.
I can. But the problem is,
Samsung made by little Korean kids or what?
Yeah, but the Korean kids, South Korean kids,
Exactly.
the good Korean
They're not
kids.
chained to the machine. They just have
These same kids work in the Hyundai factory.
My problem is they took my $700 and sent me back a $200 phone.
Yeah, Mark.
Here's where I think we should go with yours. Just your problem. Forget about the IP we're talking about. Is Sam's Club. We should hit a Sam's Club.
Okay.
Do you have your original warranty and everything?
Yes, I do. Let me put this another way.
What is yours? Can I see yours without the case real quick?
Tell someone don't.
Hold on. I want to bring a scenario. He didn't get it repaired. He had no phone. Okay. Now,
years ago,
they give him a phone back.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. Let's say it's a plain case.
Yeah.
He says, "Where's my iPhone?" He said, "That is an iPhone." He says, "No, this doesn't." So they go, "Okay, never mind." Then they do this. They take off that case and put on one that says iPhone. They are clearly trading on the good name.
You know what this says?
Apple.
You know what this says right here? Designed by Apple in California, assembled in China. That's what it says.
Well, hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We are going to take up the intellectual property issue separately in a little while. I just want to go on to other problems, questions, or complaints, or we can get hooked up. This hour brought to you by Absolute Radon Safety, because it is a lot of people have it on their mind, radon, and not necessarily because they care. Some people just are selling their home and they hear they have high radon levels and they are so afraid, and they think they have to give up thousands of dollars on their home sale. Or you might find a house and you want to negotiate a price, so you don't know what to do because there's high radon. This is easy. Figure about $1,000. It's $899 for Absolute Radon Safety to mitigate your problems. Okay, $899 in about 90% of the cases. And even in the cases that are more, they're not much more. I think they said their most expensive ever was like $1,600 or $1,700 as far as their normal systems. So, you know, don't panic. Absolute Radon Safety can do testing for you, first of all, to verify any findings. And that starts at around $20. And then they can go and do the mitigation, most of them, for $899. So don't kill a real estate deal over that. 303-880-0682. 303-880-0682. Welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. Jay Bretz is with me from Excel Roofing. And then we have someone from, and I do have some emails for Jay, and then we also have Scott Peterson from Scott's Carpet and Decorating. He's new on our referral list at referralist.com. What's going on with Charles? What's happening, Charles?
Hey, Tom. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. What can I do for you?
Hey, Tom, you and me, we go a long way. I'm a pilot, mechanic, and...
have we met each other?
Yes, sir. We went together in that cruise.
Oh!
We had a great time.
Okay, we did a cruise together when I did the Troubleshooter cruise. Oh, cool.
When are you going to do that again?
Now, do you work at Centennial?
That's correct. Yeah, I got my office in Centennial Airport.
In avionics?
That's correct.
Yeah, what's going on, sir?
Hey, I just want to thank the guys from... on the repair.
Fix It.
There, the Fix It, yeah.
Fix It 24/7. What did they do for you?
I'll tell you, well, first they came and they did my drain on one of my whirlpool.
Yeah.
And then last week, me and my wife were talking about, because we had the house it was our rental property, and then we moved back here. And we said, well, this furnace is 20 years old.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That's okay in some cases.
Yeah. And I called him, and Chris, the technician, came over. And he looked at it and said, okay, I'm going to take this apart. And I told him, you know, this house is always dusty. I don't know why. So I tell you what it is. Your filter is probably going to be bent in there. This is before he took the cover off. So he took the cover off. Sure enough, there's the filter, you know, just one side up. And anyway, he took everything apart, cleaned it up, all that. And the motor was bad. He said, you know, it's making noise. You want, we can put a new one. And, you know, we keep talking about it.
So what happened?
Well, at the end, what happened was Benny came and I said, hey, put me a new one. And he went through it with my wife and also with the owner.
Were you pleased?
Oh, I'll tell you what, they gave me the military discount, and they say, hey, if you install it tomorrow, we're even going to give something better for you, too. So they put a new humidifier. I mean, this is wonderful. It smells like it's raining in here.
Yeah, I love that. That's a, what do they call the ozone? The ozone thing. Well, listen, I am so happy, Charles, that you got satisfaction. Thank you so much. And if I'm at the airport, I'll stop by and say hi. But thank you so much for doing that. Now, Christopher's calling about a roofer, and maybe Jay can weigh in on this. What's going on, Christopher?
Am I on?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thanks, sir, for taking my phone call.
What's going on?
Well, I got a contractor. Basically, it was a door-to-door salesperson came and basically I met him. Basically wanted to put a roof on my house after my health.
What was his, when he knocked on your door, what was his pitch?
He just said he was in the neighborhood. Basically saying that he's doing other jobs in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
and so
clear.
forth like
Okay.
that.
And then did he say you had to sign anything to give him permission?
No, he didn't sign. I didn't have to sign anything to give him permission at this point in time.
So what did he just wanted to look at your roof?
He just wanted to look at my roof and basically get an idea. And I've already talked to a couple different roofers at this point in time.
Okay.
My biggest problem is I travel full time, so I'm not in town, so I need someone to basically do it all.
Right. And
windows and everything else.
So what about him? Is he good?
Well, the problem I'm having is the contract. Basically, he was really wanting me to sign a contract, and I just told him I wouldn't agree to the terms of this contract.
Okay.
And finally, he actually sent me a PDF copy of the contract, and I added my additional verbiage. He says, just add whatever verbiage you want in there. I did. I added some verbiage in there.
And then what? It's not executed until he signs that.
Well, I signed that contract and sent it to him.
That's a one-sided, right? Did he sign it?
Well, that's the problem I'm having. What actually happened is they modified that contract on 7/17. I signed it on 7/11.
Christopher, listen, did they start work?
They have not started work 1 ounce.
Okay, drop the contract. Get out of it.
Well, that's the problem. Is they're trying to come after me. They're saying they're going to turn me over to attorneys and
they can't. Listen, very seldom can they come after you for a roofing contract, especially if there were changes from the initial one. You get a 3-day right to rescind, first of all, and second of all, you haven't even had a final contract. So if they made modifications, it wouldn't be valid. Listen, this is the ass-backwards way of doing things. At least you didn't do it at your door. But you really should get out of this. You should say, we do not have a fully executed contract of mutual terms. I therefore rescind my agreement. Period.
It's amazing to me any company would want to go forward with someone this upset if they have nothing in the job yet.
Jay, what do you have to say?
It's totally crazy. Christopher, I have a couple good tools for you. Number one, I bet they violated several of the terms of the Colorado roofing law. So what you want to do is Google Colorado roofing law and find out what they did incorrectly.
The initial contract has to have scope of work, materials, and a price.
And the 3-day right.
Estimated start date, your roofing company's insurance information, all of this stuff.
So if it doesn't have all of those elements, Colorado roofing contract requirements, if it doesn't have any of those, you have a right to you just say, I'm out.
Send us a copy of the contract.
Send us a copy. If you want us to help you, we will, but if I were you, I would just do it.
Well, I've got a second tool for Chris. Chris, go to my website or just Google how to get out of a bad roofing contract, and you're going to find...
Go to excelroofing.com.
We have a template letter that we have made for you, and you can write a letter to these guys and list the reasons why the contract was in violation of the Colorado roofing law, and you should be able to get out of the deal.
What's the name of the company, Christopher?
It's Fourth Dimension Concepts.
Fourth Dimension, okay. My recommendation, if you're having this much trouble before work even began, get out of it, okay?
Well, I just want to bring up one last thing. The biggest thing that's really upsetting me about this is basically they said they executed a contract and basically took my signature off my original contract and put it on this new contract.
Well, they can't do that. They can't do it. You did not execute it. Don't worry about it. I mean, well, you should worry. Don't let them on your house. You didn't give them a check, did you?
They don't have a dime from me.
Call your insurance company, too. Make sure they're not milking them.
Yeah, call your insurance company and say, I do not have a contract with these people, and they are insisting that I do. Just really, please, protect yourself, Christopher. If you don't have any other questions, I'm going to move on. But
he needs to put them on notice, though, that he's canceled the contract. He needs to email that, do something where he's got a time, date stamp on it.
And you have to go to excelroofing.com and look at their letter. But if they don't listen, if they don't follow the rules, then you cancel it. They're done. Over. Done. Please. Blaine, what's going on with you, Blaine?
Hey, Tom, your personal thoughts on a personal loan depends on your credit score or a HELOC.
Now, what do you mean by who's offering the personal loan?
My credit union.
Oh, okay. So it's a legit organization.
Yes.
And it's a unsecured line or not? No, you said HELOC, so it's an equity line.
Well, both. I can go either way. I'm just not sure.
Well, if you can ever go either way, it's always better to go for personal with unsecured. Why wouldn't you? What are the requirements for an unsecured loan?
Just credit score.
It's a signature loan.
Yeah. Well, for how much?
I don't know.
I'd go interest rate.
Wait a minute. How much do you need?
Well, I don't. I just want it
in case of emergency, if I need to buy a refrigerator, I just put it on the card and then just pay.
Then I'd do a HELOC because you're not acquiring any interest.
Listen, but HELOCs, you pay fees even if you don't use it.
Yeah, but he's talking having money for an emergency.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at, Blaine. Do you work?
No.
Are you employable? Are you retired? Tell me what you are.
Social Security disability.
How old are you?
67.
Okay. And do you get, well, wouldn't you get regular Social Security then?
SSDI.
Okay. So you get a little supplement on top, right?
Right, and a pension.
All right. Well, then if you want emergency, I would get a credit card. I mean, why wouldn't you just get a credit card, period? Just a credit card. I wouldn't do a loan. I mean, credit cards, you can get a good deal on a credit card and just have it there for an emergency.
Right. Okay.
I wouldn't tie up my home. I wouldn't do any of that. Now, if you're talking about a big emergency, then I would get a credit card. I certainly would. Well, is your house, how much do you owe on your house?
$192.
What is it worth?
$390.
Okay. Someday in the future, if you're going to stay there the rest of your life, these are not the best tools in the world, but reverse mortgages aren't terrible. As I said, it should be one of your kind of last resorts if you don't have cash and you need something and you're going to be there the rest of your life. But it's you know, they're not that great, but they're good for those who need them. A reverse loan, where you would use, you know, you wouldn't have a lot of money available because you have to pay off your house with part of it, and then you'd only have a little left. I think the best option right now, do you have good credit?
Yes.
What's your score?
790.
Okay, you know what? Get a credit card with a nice hefty line of
Capital One.
Mm-hmm. And then maybe even 2. Now, I'm not telling you to go crazy with credit cards. I'm telling you to use them as a tool. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We'll talk. We're trying to get some other opinions on this intellectual property deal. It's very complicated, and it really is weird because as a problem, if he agreed to aftermarket replacement, he doesn't really have a case. My problem was, I think they're almost misleading people into thinking they're getting genuine Apple stuff. And I'm wondering if that constitutes unfair trading on someone else's name or trademark. So let's talk about that and more coming up, and your opinions. 303-713-TALK. Speaking about legal things, John Fuller is there if you ever need him in a personal injury matter. Now, when you're injured, the first thing you should do, of course, is take care of your injuries, but then don't talk to anyone, including your own insurance company, immediately until you at least calm down and wait a day or two. Now, the other insurance company you should never talk to, ever. You don't have to. It's not required. The only time you talk to them is with counsel from your attorney if you are severely injured. They're going to try to trip you up, so don't talk to them. You can tell them to submit their questions in writing. Now, you need an initial consultation always in a personal injury. You don't always need to go through with a case, but you need a consultation, always complimentary with John Fuller. And if he does take the case, it's always on contingency, based only on if he collects. 303-597-4500. The most important part about John Fuller is his experience, knowledge, but the most important part, his honesty. You're not going to go wrong. 303-597-4500.
We're supposed to pass it down.
Didn't have my phone.
Past the elevators on the right.
How much did you pay for the square trade?
Do you know what he said?
Paid,
Do you still have the receipt?
Yeah.
I think what I can get you is the 119 back for the warranty. That's going to be about it, man.
Yeah, the money
did he agree to all the aftermarket stuff? Mark, did he agree to everything?
I've never seen that, but I know on Square Trade.
No, I mean, did he? Did you read it?
I wasn't able to get the
Can I see? Do you have your warranty? I'm sure he agreed to anything of equal value, whatever. I don't think he'll have a case.
Maybe not even of equal value.
Oh,
so if I'd have known, I could have took my Apple, because what they tell you is...
What I was saying is this doesn't say made by Apple. This basically says designed by Apple, so I don't know. I wonder if yours says the same thing.
The genuine says that?
No, this is his.
Oh, it is designed by Apple. Here, Mark.
Well,
Here.
Suzanne's has
What is yours?
It doesn't. Mine says nothing. Look. Yeah. Mine says nothing.
Oh my God! Look at that. His literally says nothing.
Yeah, but if Apple won't work on it,
that's so funny.
To me, that's the
His
thing.
says nothing.
Because you know why? They're trying to get around it by saying designed by Apple.
That was my point. They're not saying it was made by Apple.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You can't trade. They're trading.
According to Mark, you can.
No, they're.
If you're repairing.
I don't think he has the issue right. He's thinking it's a phone that he brought in, and they just put a new case on it. And it wasn't Apple anyway, so what difference does it make? But it wasn't the case.
He even said with the Nike, though, they could put a phony baloney swoosh on it.
I think he's wrong. Okay, I just think you can't fucking just do that with trademarks.
But they already
multi-million
paid for the use of it the first time.
But here's the point: when it is destroyed, this company, not the consumer, this company is trading on their name by using it to replace it.
But follow my logic.
Yeah.
Follow my logic. They're allowing them. They don't even have to allow them. The law allows them to do that because there's no benefit. In other words, there was one IP purchased, and they're replacing the same one.
Mark,
Apple already got the benefit of it.
I understand that, but hold on. When you break your phone, if you fucking bought an iPhone, it doesn't give you a right to buy a phony iPhone. Under your scenario,
a phony case, yes.
Mark, under your scenario, I can break my phone and then go on and buy a fake one somewhere, and you're telling me I'm not violating IP. I am.
No.
If I buy a phony.
They're technically repairing or replacing it with another one they've taken in that they've repaired.
But they have that case is a phony case.
Apple motherboard on it. And I took it back to the Apple Care, just like a car.
Why aren't they working on it?
I said, okay,
because they don't have to work on shit. They can say, we don't want to work on this. You shouldn't have used Square Trade. You should have used iCare or whatever it's called. It probably is in the contract.
They told me they wouldn't work on it. Okay. Because they had genuine Apple parts. I think that's the big
I would like to get another opinion if we can find somebody.
Because I'm like...
But you got to present it properly. They're not working on his phone. They have presented
We are on the same
to
case.
him.
They've got a box of fucking cases that say Apple on them that weren't made by Apple. That's how I'm looking at this.
But they're using them to keep customers.
They're using them to replace something the IP was already purchased on.
Could they do that with a box of cases that don't say Apple?
Yes.
The same cases.
Yes.
Why don't they?
Well, because
Why
he'd
don't
probably
they?
bitch.
Why?
Because he'd bitch.
Because
it doesn't look like an
they
Apple.
are trading on the goodwill established by
I
Apple.
understand
Therefore,
what you're saying.
they should buy the case from Apple.
My only
that is
point
why
is
you establish
there's
a brand.
Okay, we always talk about damages. Where's the damages to Apple in this scenario?
They're losing a sale of that case because they're phoning another one. That is their damage. They should get... No, he already bought that one. Mark, that doesn't give you the right to keep buying them because you bought one.
Apparently it does.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. If you destroy a phone, you're not allowed to buy a phony one. It doesn't matter if you already bought one. Under your scenario, I can say, oh, I already paid for it. I can buy as many as I want now.
If I built a car totally out of remanufactured parts, I mean, I don't know. Is it a fucking Ford or Chevy?
I am not marketing it. They are marketing it as an Apple. They're marketing it as an Apple.
Well, according to what's on that case or not, it says designed by Apple, made in China.
And nobody...
And yours doesn't.
But nobody reads it that closely.
You think Allstate would be playing this game?
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. I'd like people's opinions on this IP case. Here, let me just lay it out. Okay, I want to lay this out. We're not talking about repairing anything. We're talking about replacement only. I want to confine the argument to what it is. Okay, he paid a warranty to replace his phone if lost or stolen or damaged. So, this is the scenario. They replaced his phone. The phone they replaced, and it doesn't matter how many, they replaced his phone. The phone they replaced it with has a genuine, now we're only going, let's just use these things for argument's sake because we don't really know. He's telling us this. They replaced the phone with a genuine Apple motherboard, but the case and peripherals and screen are not Apple. However, the case does say, it does have an Apple logo, and it does say iPhone, okay? Now, they put some wording on there that they may try to say, well, we're not infringing because it says designed by Apple, manufactured in China.
On the case.
Tiny little, yeah, but here's the deal. Here is my scenario, and I just would like, my theory is that they are trading on the Apple name, but Mark Trenner, our IP attorney, said, but they're not selling Apple phones. They're not going on eBay and selling them as Apple phones. They're just replacing someone who already bought an Apple phone.
Repairing.
Yes, but they're not repairing. They're replacing. So here's my scenario.
Refurbishing.
Here's my scenario. They did not use one part from his old phone. They are replacing it. Call it anything you want. It is a replacement. It's not a refurbishment. It's not a repair. So here's my only question, and just logically, let's take two scenarios, okay? Or his phone is lost or stolen. They give him a refurbished iPhone, but it doesn't have the logo or the name on it. And they say to him, don't worry, it has an Apple motherboard. And he and most other consumers would hit the roof because they sent in or they destroyed a real Apple phone and they want a real Apple phone to replace it. So then they say, okay, don't worry about it. Now they go to their box of cases, same exact case, but it has an Apple logo on it with the name iPhone. They replace it and he takes it. He's happy. Why? It's not a different case. It's not a different motherboard. He's happy because in his mind, he has an Apple. And therefore, the warranty company, in my humble opinion, is trading on the Apple name. Otherwise, people would not use their warranty. I think that's where it comes in. I think the infringement is trading on their good name. You're not allowed to use other people's brands and logos to make money.
Let me throw another wrinkle in I just found.
Okay.
I can go onto Amazon, and there's 8 million people selling those exact stickers on the phone. No,
the cases they sell. They sell the whole
No, but the cases, but the actual stickers.
But they're not
Maybe
stickers.
the warranty company is buying the stickers and just simply putting them on there.
By the way, they're not stickers. They're I
don't know what
that's engraved. But let's talk. Tim, you have a comment. Go ahead, Tim.
So, two things really quick. One, I think you're making the assumption that Apple, Samsung, LG, they don't already have contracts in place or agreements in place.
I'm saying for argument's sake.
Trade.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, they probably they do have agreements in place with Square Trade.
How do you know?
Asurion, because I used to work for a company.
Then why won't they work on it? Then why won't they work on it? If they license them to do it, why won't they work on it?
It's not between Apple and the consumer. It's between Square Trade and the consumer. So Square Trade, he can take the same thing to Square Trade and say, hey, you gave me a bill of goods, and that's the argument he's going to have with Square Trade.
Okay.
By the way, Square Trade is a discount warranty group. Essentially,
Tim, I would love for you to help me out here and prove to me, I'm sure you can find it on the internet, that Apple licenses Square Trade to use their phony cases and their logos.
It said it on the phone. You just said that.
No, it didn't. It said designed by Apple.
And it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that on any real iPhone.
Tim,
though.
They put that on there, Tim.
Yeah, but who's to say that they didn't design it? You're assuming they didn't.
Tim, all I'm asking is this. You said there is no foul because Apple licensed them to do it. If Apple licensed them, show me. Go on the internet. Show me where. I don't believe. This is my opinion, okay? I'm not God here. I am saying I do not believe Apple, knowing how proprietary and stingy they are. I do not think they allow this company to replace their cases with phony cases. I don't think they would do it for one. And I'll tell you why. These people want to sell cases, phones, screens. And if these guys simply gave them generic cases without Apple on it, it would be the same phone. But they won't because they need the Apple insignia. And I don't believe Apple licensed them. Maybe they did. So, Tim, seriously, Suzanne, please tell him I really want to see any evidence that they licensed.
He was just assuming
In
that.
fact, I'd like to talk to Apple. I know somebody, there has to be somebody at Apple's media relations that can talk to us. George, you have a comment?
Yeah, a couple of things. First of all, Allstate took over Square Trade, and prior to that takeover, Square Trade had posted that they lost over $29 million in 2015. That's just background.
Yeah.
Secondly, I just came across information from posting on Fox 6 out of Milwaukee, Fox News, and a guy got a counterfeit iPhone, similar kind of setup, but it was with Assurance.
Okay.
Company.
Yes, and
compared to Square Trade.
What was?
But the same thing. The back of it, the case was.
But what was the story about?
legitimate.
Did the story make a conclusion based on any evidence? Because I have no evidence. I have no research whatsoever.
So in this case, Assurance said we don't. We can't open up the package. We just contract for someone, to do the repairs or send out the replacement. They do that, and that's it. But they were going to make it right by the guy. So that was Assurance. And
Okay.
this was an article in 2016.
But according to
May
Blaine,
2016.
was it Blaine or whoever? He said they are licensed by Apple to use phony cases. I mean, that could be. In fact, listen, Mark Trenner is probably right. It just doesn't seem right to me based on what I'm learning. Suzanne?
Hey, Tom, Daphne has an angel there at Apple. She's going to reach out.
And please have her, rather than try to explain it, it has to do with the proper use of Apple's intellectual property. That's all we want to talk about. Don't have her try to explain it because it's mind-boggling. Alex, did I talk to you already?
No.
Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry, little old age here. Go ahead, sir.
No, that's all right. So what happens now with this iPhone? What would happen if he tried to sell it? Would they say, since he's trying to get a warrant or a repair on it now, and they won't touch it, what happens when he tries to sell his phone? Is it going to be worthless?
I think it would be. I think it would be because I mean, unless somebody doesn't check. That's a good point. But you see, now here's the weird part, and Mark brought this out. He agreed, presumably, to these conditions. That is not the part I'm crying about. I'm actually not calling him a victim. I'm calling Apple a victim, and therefore he's a third-party victim because I believe, I don't know, I believe they are in breach of the contract per se. They're in breach because they broke a law. Who knows? This is a good topic, though, because anything you buy, you can come up against this for sure. Ted has a question on the iPhone, and then a break. Go ahead, Ted.
Hey, real quick, I have a 2-year-old 6S. It charged it one day, used the Apple charger, went to use it the next day, it didn't work. Take it to Apple, and they run it through whatever test they run it through and say, the motherboard's not talking anymore, there's nothing we can do, you have a nice paperweight. And I'm like, really? $600 and I get 2 years out of it? That seems, something's wrong there.
Yes. And so you're out of warranty, and they say you're out of luck?
You're out of, he literally told me I have an expensive paperweight.
That happened to me with an iMac. And I said, there must be something you can do to fix it. Now, I believe there are people that do work on iPhones, and again, they're going to use a lot of aftermarket parts, but at least you have something that works.
Yeah, who cares?
So, Mark found several of them online. I think you can find them. In fact, I think there are some in town if you just Google it, Ted. Or, no, really, they do work on these phones. Now, you see, I don't have a problem when you own something, altering it. Because you're not trading on the name. You're not trying to sell it. You're not marketing it. You can alter anything you have and call it anything you want. But you can't then go and sell it and pretend to be part of it. My contention is that Square Trade is doing just that. They may not be advertising on eBay genuine phones, but when they replace them under warranty, they are marketing them as Apple. It says Apple. They have the logo. And if they say they're not, then I would ask a simple question of Square Trade. Why not just give them back a plain case? Why not? Why not? And the answer is because people want the brand. Therefore, they are profiting from that brand. Do you know Stone doesn't have a brand? You just have to pick people who know how to pick stone. Seriously, Art of Granite is a direct stone importer for countertops. But there is no brand name. You know, everybody can get the same stone. What Mitch does is let you buy that stone, quartz, granite, marble, whatever. He lets you buy it at wholesale, never marks it up, and then he does your counters and he does the kitchen, the bathroom free when you do the kitchen, and he will give you prices on the phone. How many people do that? How many? You call, you get a price on the phone. Try them. And then you go and pick the custom edges, sink, cabinets, and all the material, and it'll only alter slightly from what you pick, you know, depending on what you pick. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. That's artofgranite.net. Yes, it does serve the mountain communities and Denver, the entire metro area, and that's 6 days a week, closed Sunday. 303-386-5919.
If you have your screen replaced, your warranty.
I got the radio on. You can hear they're actually listening.
Because you can go and get prices. I love that. Do you get prices?
Can you give me square footage of a room? I'll give you prices. That's a good. Can we do a pad across?
Maybe they don't know.
Okay, I will leave it there for you. I literally have the rest of it.
And then they keep it overnight. And
they really like
back
that.
and say we can't repair your phone because it has.
Sometimes they even turn off Fox News.
From the manufacturer, they are a direct importer of granite.
That made me mad too. Made me drive all the way back out to Park Meadows from downtown to pick the phone up. That they're not gonna repair. They could have told me that while I was
They won't warranty my phone because I opened it.
He uses his contractor price and then he fabricates
Only
it.
they can open it.
You don't think that's
Your
convenient?
homeowner insurance you pay rider on
those
might cover
giant
your
warehouses and those dusty, dirty yards and those
If it was stolen.
sales for 80-90% off. Why don't you go to an artist and a guy that'll give you rock bottom prices and then you buy a kitchen from him? He throws in the bathroom free right now. 303-386-5919.
Yeah, that's probably through Square Trade, which they own.
Make it like it is and make it like you want it. You've heard that before, right? So
I hope Mark Turner wasn't mad that I disagree.
Or what the options might be. Hi, Dan.
I mean, he's probably right.
Here's the other thing.
I did Rockies, right?
No.
I did? You didn't hear me? Okay. Jeez.
And I've been paying attention.
Okay.
My wife told me to pay attention.
It was like.
So I have to know how to do this. Damn it, I wanted to experiment with this, so I have to know how to...
$150 a year? Yeah. It was expensive.
Wow, that's expensive.
And I
What?
was like,
You could get
$150
$150 a year is what his.
I usually get my phone.
No, it was 119 for 3 years.
119. I usually get my phone for. I had
charged me $175 deductible.
In fact, I'm not so sure Costco, they sell the same thing, don't they?
And they cover, they cover.
I get it for my kid.
But see, I usually get my stuff through Best.
And I downsed them. Mine just broke. I lost all my numbers 3 weeks
And then
ago.
here's the other thing. Let's say you're 100% right. They shouldn't be doing it. Their argument might be another company sends us those. How are we supposed to know?
I mean, look,
because they were going to charge
I'm
me
probably dead wrong.
$700
It just
for
doesn't
this
feel
phone if I
right.
didn't
It
return
just...
Apple would never let somebody put their logo on anything.
Yeah, but you can buy the stickers everywhere.
Well, what Tremor is saying, though, stickers are advertising. They don't care. But you can't put a sticker on this and sell it as an Apple mark. You can't use the sticker on here and then sell it as an Apple. That's the point.
I don't think you can put a sticker on it and then just give it away.
Yeah, you can.
You can and brand it as Apple.
No,
why would they
branded
sell
as
the
Apple.
stickers?
No, the stickers they want to see all over. They have them on bumpers, on windshields, but they don't sell the car as an Apple car. I think the problem is they're giving the illusion to this man that this is an Apple phone.
Right, that's why. That's what I'm saying. They can't even put the sticker
on
and then give it.
It's designed by Apple, made in China.
But we thought it was designed by
the original was real. I thought this was real.
Right.
I didn't know that I took it to the Apple Care Center, and they told me that it was. This is something.
Apple can void your warranty, by the way, for even replacing the glass outside of them.
Okay.
Huge.
And then Square Trade would have told me I took my original phone to them and let them repair.
No, I want you to. Yeah.
But they didn't do that.
Thank you.
It's a waste.
I really do.
Well, this is just if you don't turn that off, man. This says your claim's approved.
That's if you don't return the phone.
But Mark,
they're going to charge you that.
You see what I mean? Like, what I'm saying is that.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that?
You do,
Jay.
You do believe they're trading on the Apple name?
Absolutely. Yeah, you're putting the logo on. Right. Yeah.
You're trading on their name.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Anytime you put the Apple logo on anything, you're presenting it as an Apple product.
Not necessarily.
That's insane.
No. Now, I'm not
How
going
about if
that
I put it on his forehead?
I'm not going that far. I knew he was going to say that. What I'm saying is that if you do put it on and call it an Apple, to me it's wrong.
Hi, Tom.
I don't mind using it. It's just the way they use it is wrong.
How about your guy with the roofers, too, man? You know, at the airport, they got a sign that says if somebody asks you for a ride, that means they shouldn't be giving you a ride. If somebody comes to my door asking about my roof, I tell them to go away. If I want a roof, I'm going to call 3 people, maybe somebody off the referral list.
Maybe?
Give me a break. Well, I just don't understand people. They're just constantly giving money, too. I mean,
that's the dumbest part. I
like that last lady
people
was
do business.
$65,000.
They make it so easy. That's why people use the door knockers.
Yeah,
because the door knockers make it so
They're good.
easy.
Sometimes it makes me think maybe I should have kept living with the bad
You'll knock on some doors, won't you? If you're doing a roof in a cul-de-sac?
Yep, we call that six-packing. Yep.
And we'll give them a six-pack.
If they sign up now.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK. Rocky's Autos is at 63rd and Federal. Look at the all-new Rocky'sAutos.com, but you still should visit. They change their inventory often. That's Rocky's with used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans, and they have variety in financing as well as variety in makes, models, colors, price ranges, and credit scores. Because of those 40 lenders, they can choose one right for you. 303-426-4646. And it's at 63rd and Federal. I'm looking for their numbers. I want to commit this to memory because they did change them for spring and summer. It's Monday through Saturday, or Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, okay? 9 to 7 Monday through Friday, and then 9 to 6 on Saturday. That's Rocky'sAutos.com. Let's keep going. This, man, I'll tell you, this is spirited discussion about trademark. I'm not, honest to God, I'm not professing to know the answer. I'm not even claiming I'm right. What I'm saying is it doesn't feel right that a company can just churn out replacement phones with a case that has an Apple logo and name on it, and it's not Apple, giving the illusion you're getting an Apple phone. And I just don't think it's right.
I've got one.
Because that warranty company, I think, would have less subscribers if they didn't use the Apple name. Therefore, I believe they're trading on the Apple name. What?
We have bumper stickers as well as clingies that say referral list with our logo on them. Right? We give them out all the time.
Right.
I give them out to Jay today. Jay hands one to his buddy that's a plumber that's not on the list and puts it on their van. Is he breaking any laws?
No, there are no laws broken.
Okay, are they stealing our IP?
No, not if we give those out to be used. No.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Now,
but if someone claims,
if they sign an agreement like our referral list members do, and they're no longer on the referral list,
it's really not the same thing, though, Mark. It's really not the same. Here's why.
Go ahead.
If really your analogies are always just a little off to your favor. Let me explain this. This would be they hire here. Listen. They hire a guy from our referral list to go to their home, and he can't make it. So he says to a friend of his, listen, can you make this call? Then he takes the sticker off and puts it on this guy's truck to give the illusion to the consumer that he is also a member. That would be wrong. They're trading.
It would definitely be wrong, but I don't think they breached any agreement if there's no contract signed anywhere.
Well, intellectual property law says you can't trade off of the goodwill or name of another. That's why when one company started calling something they did McFix, when they fix things, McFix-It, or Mix something, I forget what it was, they won in court because McDonald's says it was an obvious ploy to play on their good name. So hold on. I'm going to go to people who have... okay, Craig, go ahead. You have a comment? Craig?
Yeah, hey, here's my view on this.
Yes.
You know, whenever a logo is put on something, that's stating that it's 100% genuine, that it meets the standards and qualities of what that logo represents.
That's not correct.
Hold on. It is. If they are passing it off as that. Obviously, I know what Mark's going to say. If you put an Apple logo on
Apple
your
sticker
forehead,
on a Chevy, it's not an Apple Chevy.
So let's clarify what he's saying. When you put the logo or brand on a product and then portray that product to be that. You're right. You're saying we measure up to all of that. You're right.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, then it's bastardizing the logo.
Would you be upset if you got a phone that had a case that had an Apple logo on it and you found out the only thing that was Apple was the motherboard?
I would be.
I would be too. Okay? But does Apple care? We really need to talk to Apple, because I'd like to know, what do they do? Like Mark said, online you can buy cases with the Apple insignia and the iPhone name. You can buy a new case for how much? $6?
Yeah, if not less.
Do you think that's an Apple case?
No, probably not.
Then why is it on Amazon?
But technically, listen, technically on this guy's case right here, I agree it's the smallest print you've ever seen, but unlike your real Apple iPhone, it actually says designed by Apple, made in China.
Okay.
Where yours simply says iPhone.
Mark, if I took a Rolex and on the face it says Rolex and underneath it says designed by Rolex, not a Rolex, or designed by Rolex, made in Japan, I guarantee you're still playing off the name Rolex.
Of course you are, and I'm not arguing I wouldn't be upset. I'm saying I think these are the loopholes.
They're trying to make them loopholes, but I don't think they'll hold up. I just can't see how they do. Okay, Pat, what's going on with you, Pat? Welcome to the show. Don't forget, we got Jay Brett from Excel Roofing. Feel free to chime in, Jay. And we have our friend Scott Peterson, a new member of the referral list with Scott's Carpet and Decorating. A pretty cool guy. Go ahead. What's going on with you, Pat?
Hey, I'm having some issues with bogus warranty denial.
Well, why are they denying?
They're denying my truck. They said that the air box was dirty and the air intake system was dirty, but my truck last August had.
Wait, so they're saying it was owner abuse?
Correct.
Well, how dirty is it, for goodness sakes?
Well, the air, they told me the air intake system was all dirty, which it was. I stuck my hand down the pipe and there was nothing in there.
Well, okay. Well, they can turn down warranty work if they think you abused it.
Well, they requested my service records, which I do my own service, but I have everything recorded on all my vehicles. Which I've had like 10. I've got 10.
So when do they clean? This is a good question. When do they clean the air intake system? Even if they put like a filter on it, they're not necessarily cleaning it.
Correct.
So well, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Is it right for them to turn them down?
I think it's a typical aftermarket car warranty, and they can turn it down for any reason or no reason.
But it is truly abuse. It is.
I don't know if, or maybe it actually says to do cleaning occasionally in the manual. I don't know.
But Pat, I don't know how bad it is. Do you have photos?
I don't. I did, but that phone.
What are they saying? What are they not covering? Let's just get right to it. What are they not covering?
They're not covering the engine, because the engine threw a rod and twisted another rod.
Oh my God! So wait a minute.
The air intake system has nothing to do with the oil, and
hold on. The air intake has everything to do with the engine. I mean, if it's choking, well, you're right. With the oil starvation, I don't think it would cause oil starvation, but this is typical, as Mark said. Aftermarket warranties suck. They're not going to buy you an engine. But if your air intake truly was disgustingly dirty, I don't know how bad it could be.
They can still say it's owner abuse, even if it's not related.
Why did your engine throw a rod? Was it starved of oil?
No, it was not starved of oil.
Okay, we need to have an expert take a look. Where is it?
Okay. It's in Elizabeth right now.
Why is everyone... Hold on a sec. Just hold on, Pat. Okay? 303-713-8255. It's in Elizabeth. We will get right back to you. I want to get people's opinion on this trademark and IP situation. Joseph A. Lazara is a criminal defense attorney I hope you never need. I say this all the time. And I know from this past weekend, the drunken fest we call St. Patrick's Day, it's a drunken fest. I mean, I can't think of anyone who's emotionally tied to St. Patrick.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly why it exists, is to drink all day long.
But anyway, I don't want to insult people who love St. Patrick and what he stood for. If you can tell me, that would be great.
It's amateur night.
Yeah. So anyway, Joe Lazzara is there to help the idiots who tried to drink and drive. And now I want to get serious about this. Do you realize with Uber and Lyft, friends, neighbors, there's no reason ever to get a DUI. Now, you have two categories I found of DUIs. Flagrant abusers who are just drunks. They don't care. And then you have people who truly just try to calculate. Really, they're just trying to calculate how much should I drink, can I drive, and they don't realize it. No matter who you are, Joe Lazzara is there to get you through the system. And if you need help, get it. And he'll tell you. He'll also help you get through the system for motor vehicle and for the criminal part, both of them. There's civil and criminal. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. Joe Lazzara. Look for him on my referral list at referrallist.com.
From the LN.
St. Patrick's, you got rid of the
Here's another level to IP, though.
Oh, no, what?
Listen to this.
Another...
No, another level of, is it fake or real, okay?
Yeah.
So Apple has a factory called Foxconn, okay? Years ago, same one, the Chinese kid kills himself and all that shit. But years ago, what would happen is they'd be creating either software or making whatever there was there, okay, for Apple.
Yeah.
Going out the back door was the exact same product, but they were literally running overstock, saying they were, you know, they weren't up to Apple's standards, selling them out the back door. So we all know that's illegal on every fashion, but is that a fake fucking product?
No, it's not. It's not fake at all. No.
It's stolen. It's a stolen product.
It could be a second or a third, though, because
it is absolutely but it absolutely. This happens all the time. It's not a fake. In fact, and some of them put another name on it.
Exactly, but it's the exact same
specs.
Right.
That's exactly right. Same with medication. They do that with medications.
Really?
But we're not talking about quality, because you know what? That case may be every bit the quality. Exactly the quality. It's not the
same stats.
So my Apple Angels, their two emails bounced back, and I found the name of the new gal, and her phone answered. I left her a message, and I sent her an email. So let's
we're trying to hold up to us.
And that's what I said.
We're trying to encourage genuine.
Yes. I said,
he can't tell. What do you mean? He should be able to tell his own product.
Apple.
This guy can tell, and he's never even seen one before.
To answer to the intellectual property.
I will bet you.
So did you see that story on Channel 6 or whatever?
No, I mean, that's like saying the CEO of any company. No.
Yeah, this dude had the same exact problem as you, and he went to Fox News, Channel 6.
I think what
I don't know where this is, Minneapolis or something.
I can't believe they get away with it. My God.
I
think the Apple should at least.
I just can't believe they're actually even giving you a warranty on it without knowing that it's not real life.
Yeah, and Andy.
They're the ones that told him.
And then if we have anybody new.
$250.
You know, this is the second time or third time I bought something from Best Buy that had a better price than anything on Amazon. The second time. I mean, it doesn't happen often. But
what, that's cheaper than?
Yeah, than.
Let me say, what is it?
It's a Bluetooth transmitter receiver.
Well, I mean, like Brandon shit. They have the same one on Amazon.
Yeah, same exact one, more.
And it's more.
It looks like the
I find that remarkable as well. I am not a Best Buy guy.
It looks like the screen is
I'm not either.
Normal height.
I don't even like. I feel weird walking in there with those security people left and right.
What do you mean? Do they bother you?
No,
they don't really bother you. It's just weird.
Normally you can get manuals and quick start guides. I can't find any here.
Right. Well, see, what they told me was that on the original 6 here, it has a code.
How much did you pay for it?
It has a code.
20 something.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's quite a bit less. It's $38 on here.
I think when you bought that insurance and when you used it, you were expecting an iPhone. I think that's a reasonable expectation. Isn't that the word that the lawyers always use, Tom?
What?
Reasonable.
Okay, well, I have a reasonable expectation that I should get $1 million when I walk out of here today.
It's not reasonable.
It's reasonable to me. But who are you to argue what's reasonable?
It has to be reasonable to a jury of your peers.
Should be quality specs to stand real close to what the iPhone does. This doesn't do it.
I understand your problem. I agree 100%. The camera sucks.
And it needs
You could care less. You could care less what was in there, long as it operated correctly, right?
If it was close to iPhone,
and that
I had
is
no
the
problem.
intent of what the insurance company's doing.
Well, they tell me it's an iPhone, let it be like an iPhone.
Yeah.
Or if I took
he
it
doesn't
back
care
to
about any of
iPhone,
the intellectual.
just like I took a
No.
Chevy dealer, they would charge me more, but they could put Chevy parts
We need to
back
get
in.
you a refund from Sam's Club for that $119, and then you just got to move on.
Would they allow you to go to Geek Squad and work on it?
Geek Squad wouldn't touch it, although now they are
Really? It says here they
affiliate
want
now. Yes, because they are
If they sell it,
Apple.
right?
No,
Certified.
they're Apple certified now, so that they can work on Apple products. And I had got my phone from them.
I guess it's
but they
already
didn't have
flagged in Apple's system too. When you pull up his EIN, it probably says Kong Kong Fooey or whatever.
It probably does now from me taking it to the Apple store.
That's what I mean. I'm sure it's flagged in their entire
Flagged?
system.
Like if you took it to the bathroom?
It's like the book you took to the bathroom, right?
I bet that's the first thing those techs are trained to do at the iStore is to
I
verify.
thought Mark was going to say.
I bet that's like the very first piece of
But isn't
training.
that funny? Wouldn't they want to do the business and stuff and make money?
I think he's right though in the repairing, but your point is definitely there.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Century RV. If you're looking for an RV, Century RV has a 32,000 square foot facility in Lakewood on 6th Avenue. It's just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims, and it's next to Woodley's. And it's in addition to their spot up on the 119 turnoff to Longmont, north on I-25. So you have two locations. The one north has a service facility, and that is really important this time of year to get them out and ready. So that's CentryRV.com for wonderful service, the largest selection of used, and it's indoor here at 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims, CentryRV.com.
You know, just because you get louder during an argument, by the way, doesn't mean you're righter.
That is exactly the line I used on him. David, I'm so sorry you waited so long. David, go ahead, sir. David.
Hey, sir. I bought a brand new home in in July of 2017.
And was it so? It was never lived in before?
No, it was a brand new townhome.
Got it.
And I went through all the walkthrough stuff, and we found a few things. So all the blue tape is still up. It's about 8 months.
Okay.
And I ran into the maintenance guy on the streets.
So are they not doing your walkthrough stuff?
Have not done one thing.
Doesn't that suck, man? So what's the name of the builder?
It's Buckner Cottage Grove.
Buckner is the name of the builder?
Yes.
Give me the most important thing they didn't do.
Well, we did not see the windows when we...
Hold on. 1 second. David, hold on, all right? Do you have someone that you've been working with?
Not really, because the maintenance guy that I see on the street that works for him, the original guy don't work there no more.
All right, hold on then. I can't stand when things like this happen. We'll help him and more. You just stay tuned, and more on the Apple discussion as well. I'm Tom Martino. I've known the owner of Fix-It 24/7.
Tell you what, they're doing good in Loveland Fort Collins, too.
Who?
Fix-It 24/7.
Really?
A bunch of their trucks out there.
Really?
What I don't hear see is zero res. I need to meet that man.
What's that?
So, I think we should bring zero res to Fort Collins and Loveland. I think I can be part of it.
As far as clean, I see.
I googled
Whatever
that
it needs me to do.
Buckner Cottage Groves and pulling up some designer
we
in
call
Minnesota or something.
We're gonna try.
What did he say it was called?
Buckner Cottage Grove. Buckner Cottage Grove. And
Good stuff.
it doesn't look like he's a builder at all. Not even Colorado. Are you finding a builder in Colorado?
But they're building all these new houses out of cardboard.
Oh, they get so much for homes now. It's unbelievable.
You know what?
I carpet houses that aren't even on the market yet, and they've already had an offer on it. I mean, regularly, like once a month.
There's some development, Cottage Grove in Aurora.
I'm looking at, this one's in Grand Forks.
Yeah, I
can see.
I googled Cottage Grove builder Colorado, and it's pulling up these ones. Looks like they're townhomes, don't you think?
It is a townhome.
Yeah, he said they were.
Okay, Mark, I have Jeff Vick, Kevin Colkin, and Andy Barella for Friday, okay?
Cool.
Al's out of town. Tom, did you get my email on Al's live?
Would you?
What does he want?
He's not available for his live today, but he
they're all
did
listed
want
under
you to
Perry
do a
and Company.
particular special, which I emailed you.
Buckner Cottage Homes.
Yeah, it's the Pro Pack.
Colorado.
It's 60% savings. You sent me this link.
It's in
for a
Aurora.
reason. Did you send me this link?
Yeah, they're like 265 up.
So I could have it on my thing.
I'm not even
Oh,
seeing the
just
prices.
for your own record.
I
that's
just
really what
happened to
you're
hit
saying.
a
That's funny.
one of them in there on a realtor.
Hey, Suzanne, you want to put that cup over the thing and see if it'll go black and white? Put it
Sure.
over like for, 10,
You don't
15
like
minutes.
me in color. That's fine.
Yeah. Tom, you'll learn, when you argue with him, he always just changes it a little and uses a strange example to try to make his point.
I like Tom when he's being in my direction.
Otherwise what? You don't?
Tom is a convincing. I remember at Channel 4 where he had the talent eating, was that cat food or dog food?
Oh my God, did you really?
It was dog food. It was, it looks like
as a prank, or they knew they were eating it?
It was a prank.
No, they didn't know they were eating it.
Prank them all the time.
Oh my God, I would.
It looked like a yogurt.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I'd sue him for damages if I was still
You
alive.
would. They knew Tom.
I would come up with damages.
They knew Tom.
Yeah, there
If
would
he
be
came up with
damages.
something, the thing was
What's he talking about? Would you please tell this story?
It was dog food, and it was
It was that good?
it was ice
Looked
cream.
like yogurt.
It was ice cream?
It looked like yogurt.
Dog food ice cream.
And they tried it.
Yeah.
And then you told them what they were eating.
I said, this is doggy ice cream.
Did anybody
Did they
punch
like
you?
it?
Or?
Man.
Did they like it before you told me?
Rinaldo didn't do it because
Did
he
you
knew
dog?
Tom.
No, they thought it was
I give my
strange.
dog strange. You don't?
And I told them why. I thought they thought
It
it was
is
strange.
probiotic and stuff.
Rinaldo's the only one who didn't do it. She just said, no, Tom, I'm not going for this.
Ronaldo, she was smart.
If I do pictures or videos, if anybody should ever need some.
Pictures of videos.
Pictures or videos.
Oh, pictures or videos.
Just in case. I'm still in the media that way.
Like what, though?
Anything.
Anything.
Then nude. I don't do nude no more.
Not ever since that one heavyset woman showed
So you
up.
have a media company.
Yes, I do.
Really wrong.
But you do that on your phone?
I love
You
that.
mentioned your phone. But you don't do media on your phone, do you?
She had a heart attack.
You must have a nude video story.
No, there's money in that. It's just that.
There's a
like I
story,
said,
man.
I can't do it.
We need a good story.
There's a story.
There's radio.
Toward the mountains, they got a good spread up there.
Ooh,
Literally.
This guy owns his own. He owns his own area where he does it.
It's his own porno house.
Yeah. Tom Martino for Larson Tax Group.
I thought they just used a vacant house or something.
All areas of business, except when it comes to the IRS. I refer them to Larson.
You know who protects their brand?
Your website's not coming up.
It is Red Bull.
Mine's not. Connection Jones.
Connection Jones. I see. I left out
How
the
much they? You can't say bull or what was?
That dude, he's, I guess the story, and whether it's true or not, I don't know. He saw a sticker one time on a trash can. They quit allowing stickers.
Really?
Right.
So bumper stickers or anything?
Red Bull protect. You know, I'm looking at their website, and they're selling more stuff now.
Hold on.
But Red Bull protects their brand. I mean, they're.
Is Red Bull sold, or is that just strictly by Red Bull? There's some who owns Red Bull.
It's some guy in Austria.
Oh, cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a privately held company. And do you know that Red Bull? Do you know where
It's
Red
a
Bull
nice
makes all their
looking
money from?
website, man.
Well, it's coming. I got some more
Red
stuff
Bull
to
makes
do.
more money off Red Bull Media now than they do off the drink.
There's Red Bull Media?
Oh my God! You don't know about Red Bull Media?
And not listen to when applying for a mortgage.
They've got their own magazine. They do all these extreme sports.
Content on your site.
The owner just, the original
Yeah, I know.
manager just died in Bangkok.
What you want, not the bank.
Uh-oh, that could be a story right there.
Here he is, he was a Chinese dude.
And close quickly.
The owner of Red Bull?
He was from Thailand, I'm sorry, not Chinese, Thailand.
Your loan status.
Man, you look at any Asian person, that's all you see is Chinese.
I see Oriental. Wait, no, that's the
Those are rugs.
I could have sworn the guy was. Yeah, he's
89 years old.
Look, it says Dietrich Mash.
Who's 89? The Red Bull guy?
That's a pretty good.
Okay, you know what? Some guy in Thailand invented it, but this Dietrich Matrovitz copied it.
I have a box of size of this one. You know, the first time I did it, gave me a 200.
You'll get a text confirming interest.
I drink it every now and then.
Yeah? Does it give you a little...
Not as much.
Just come on.
You know, I drink a lot of caffeine. I like coffee. I'll drink a cup. It's better than Monster.
Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being around. Help me get
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere, and the longest-running radio show currently on the air with the same host, and we are proud of what we do, helping millions of people over the years to collect hundreds of millions of dollars. This hour brought to you by Ideal Home Loans. For your next Ideal Home Loan, we have a spirited discussion going on about intellectual property, but we'll take any and all problems that you may have if you give us a call. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We left off with the guy David, and he had a home purchase problem. He's saying that the warranty issues are not being taken care of. This happens so much. And then we have some guests in the studio I'll introduce you to. But speaking of homes and buying homes and all of the above, let's talk to Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. What's going on? Brent, let's talk about pre-approvals. I think they are so important because this market is so competitive that you literally can walk in like a cash buyer.
Well, that's right. You know, and this is where this is helping people immensely. You know, of course, down payment, all those things, we can help you with that. But here's the thing. If you're someone that's got a significant amount of money to put down, don't get caught up in the bidding war on properties that you're looking at. You don't have to. If you get pre-approved ahead of time, sellers take note of this because we can close so quickly. And more importantly, they know you've done all the work up front and you are a fully approved, ready-to-close borrower. All we need is title work, appraisal, home inspection, and we're ready to go and ready to close. So this is something that is like making a cash offer, and here's what we're seeing. Again and again, these approved buyers are rising to the top when they're out making offers, even if they are not the highest dollar amount offered on the property, because sellers take note of the speed and take note of the fact that you're dealing with a local direct lender that can close quickly.
And all you have to do is give them a call or go online. It's 303-867-7000. 867-7000. And they can start you online even at idealhomeloans.com. So David, he said he has some walkthrough items. This is normally just a minor thing. You got items. I mean, how many actual items do you have that have to be repaired?
Well, as the walkthrough, after I went through the walkthrough, I noticed that I have cracks in the wall that's going outside my patio.
Like, what do you mean cracks? In the drywall?
Yes, it's almost like in the wall. So I got 3 different cracks coming, just coming down the wall.
Okay, and how are these cracks? Just hairline right now?
Yes, they're just hairlines right now.
That's settling. Now, some of this could be minor. Some of this could be an indication of something more major. And they would cosmetically take care of it now. That's what they do initially. They just cosmetically take care of it. What else do you have? Just give me how many items? Okay, cracks would be one. How many individual items?
It's about 6 different items.
So what's the most important?
Well, the most important is all my downstairs windows. Every one of those are scratched.
Scratched?
Really scratched. Like when they put the stucco up on the wall, it's like someone took, a rag and tried to wipe it off, but they scraped all the windows.
Now, does it look foggy?
Well, it does not look foggy, but it's like how if you send your car through the car wash and it just kind of spins on your car and those kind of
Man, that sucks. This is why I say it sucks. Even though you're within your rights to want something new, I don't see them replacing windows. I mean, did they say anything to you at all about this walkthrough list before? Did you close and then do a walkthrough, or did you do a walkthrough first?
No, we did the walkthrough first, and of all the major stuff, because it's a 3-bedroom.
Well, did you ever think about not closing?
Well, no, not at all. Because again, the windows, all that we saw, all of those after we did the walkthrough, and I bought the maintenance guy.
Well, what do they say about it? What did he say about the windows specifically? Because that seems to be your most important problem.
Right. He looked at them and said,
"What did he say? Are they going to replace them?"
Well, he's not going to even be here. He's leaving to go work for the other builder.
So he doesn't
because
care.
My builder is moving. Is not building anything no more, and they got a new builder that's still in my complex that he's going to work for either this week or next week. So he's not gonna. This maintenance guy not gonna have anything to do with it, and he won't. And I can't get a number to talk to anyone. The warranty, the builder. Any of those. That's my frustration more than anything. There's no numbers, and it's like a secret for them to get me to talk to anyone.
And this is not uncommon. You just got a bad place, man. First of all, it hasn't been that long, has it? I mean, you closed.
It's 8 months. 8 months.
Oh, that's right. You closed last July. All right.
Yeah,
what would you do, Mark, if you had a builder like this? What would you do?
You know what I do? I go. If they're still selling units down there, and is there new units still for sale?
They just finished up the new ones in December.
Well, then that changes.
How about making a sign?
Well, if there's no one there buying, it's not going to do anything. If they're building somewhere else,
no, he said they finished them up. Are they for sale?
They all filled, and now they got a new builder that's finishing up the rest of them.
Oh, that's not good.
Is there a construction office there, somewhere you can talk to someone?
No, that's the whole
David,
problem. There's no one.
Here's what I think's going to happen. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I don't think they're going to fix anything. I think how builders normally work, developers like this, they have an LLC, they develop the area, and when it's done, they dissolve the LLC. I swear to you, I don't think you're going to have any warranty work. Now, that's the worst case scenario. What you need to do is you need to gather this together and sue them in small claims court, because I think you can get everything done for $7,500. Do you?
Yes.
Okay. How many windows?
It's 1, 2, 3, then a big picture one, so it's like 6 windows.
And do you think they have to be replaced, the glass panes?
I think so.
All right. Then you're going to have to get estimates, and you might be over $7,500. But you have to get estimates. Then what's the name of the corporation? What's the name of the actual company that sold you it, the townhome?
Buck Hill, and I'll spell it for you.
All right, you don't have to, but this is what you need to do. Do you know where your county, the county office is? You got to go to the county courthouse.
Yes.
You need to get
Adams County.
Okay, get your Adams County form for small claims court, and call us back if you need help. We're going to walk you through it. You need to sue them, because they're not going to pay attention, okay? I know this. They do it. There are dozens of these builders, and they start an LLC. They work on stuff, they offer warranties, and then they're done. They're not. I would love to tell you they're going to take care of it, but my gut's telling me you're out of luck, okay?
Right, because the HOA, because he was the president of the HOA, the builder, and when I called the HOA, they's like, oh, well, we don't work in that department, and we don't have
here's
a number
the deal.
Where we can give.
The HOA is usually handed over to the owners when a certain percentage is completed, and the owners take control. But the HOA won't fix anything inside your unit.
Right.
You better hope there aren't any major problems with this whole facility. I'm serious,
right,
because
that's what I'm concerned with the cracks down the wall.
Well, there's not much you can do. Again, companies come and go like the wind, especially when the market is hot. And unless you have a long-established company, there's not much you can do.
Tom, don't you think you should have a structural engineer or a home inspector go in there and take a look at those cracks to see if it is something serious?
What? Tell me what good that would do.
At least you'd have that information if he decided to go to small claims.
Well, but small claims isn't going to cover that.
No, it won't. But at least he'll have that peace of mind.
Yeah, but
then when he tries to sell it, he's going to have to divulge whatever information.
That's why I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
right
Here's
that.
why I wouldn't do it. It's going to cost him a lot of money, and there's nothing you can do with the information. If they say you have to peer to bedrock, he's not going to do that. So I think that he just leaves it, hope it never gets worse, and then tries to sell and go to another place someday.
Yep,
and
we just came across that kind of thing. We had it upstairs that was sinking, and I got my carpenter from Champion Windows to come on over and look at it. He says, they're gone, man. He says, there's not much you can do about it. The house is literally sinking, and it's crooked.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it.
And even if you do find a major structural problem in the future, I'm not saying you will, but if you find a major structural problem, and then you guys get together as an HOA, you're not going to find the builder. They're going to dissolve the company. No one keeps personal liability. It's criminal what goes on in a hot market. People build, and then they dissolve. And it isn't a crime. The only way it's a crime is if you can, or fraud, is if you can prove they formed it with the intent of building in a substandard way to save money and to get out of warranty claims. But normally just dissolving an LLC when you're done, it's normal business. I hate to dump all this. Do one thing at a time. Just get your $7,500 and fix as much as you can. Then hope and pray you don't have structural problems. But you may want to get the homeowners together in an HOA, Pat, and get you guys David. Get you guys together, David, in an HOA so you can all talk about this for the future. You know, don't assume there's a big problem, but do it. Just do it. Steve, you have an iPhone comment. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I had a good analogy as to why I would be worried or would not want that replacement phone. If you took a car to the dealership where you bought it to get it repaired, and they gave you a new car saying, hey, here's another car for it, but the only thing that was actually made by the manufacturer of the car was the motor and the transmission. Everything else was aftermarket parts.
Yeah.
Would you be happy with that?
No, we all agree. I mean, we all agree it sucks, Steve. You bring up a good point. I mean, I don't see any good part of this. I mean, I would never buy this kind of warranty because of it. But does it break intellectual property laws or not? That's still a little hazy. And is Apple allowing this to happen? That's still hazy.
And how does it work if China has different rules and regs on IP than we do here? I don't know how that works.
303-713-TALK. We have more coming up. Centeno Schultz. Remember the name if you're considering stem cell therapy. Centeno Schultz. It's important that you pick the right people. These treatments are not cheap. And they're not covered by insurance. So you want to pick the right people. Don't get tricked by people that call themselves stem cell and they're not using living stem cells. Please, go to Centeno Schultz. Find out, ask all your questions why you should use them. They, first of all, harvest living stem cells on site from you and deliver to you with guided injections using imagery. They're all MDs. They have thousands and thousands of patients they've already done for knees, hips, backs, shoulders, hands. They can even repair most ACL tears. Centeno Schultz. Find them on my referral list or give them a call, 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201.
This report is brought to you by American Financing.
As the Monday lunch hour gets underway.
Why is that so weird that it's not? Can you scroll back up?
Yeah, that's the top.
I sent. Can you refresh? I mean, this is so weird that my emails aren't coming back to me.
No, well, some of them are.
Can you check your spam just to make sure I'm not getting thrown in there?
Well, why would one go into spam?
That's so weird.
I know, isn't it weird? I just hate it sometimes. Just sometimes I get them and sometimes I don't. Let me look at.
How is this even possible?
I don't know. Let me look at trash.
Right?
Let me look at trash.
There,
look at the.
There, and then I resent it for you a minute ago.
And it went in.
It went into trash.
Well, you saw I didn't put it in there.
Yeah, that's so weird.
I mean, I wouldn't have done that. Why? Isn't that weird? Now, why the hell would that go into trash?
I don't know, Tom. You might want to exit out of trash and make sure.
Here, I did.
MLS 182334.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Now,
Oh.
I'll see if it's flying away.
Okay.
Now, why are they doing the Pro Pack at $38.95 when we're advertising it for $28.95?
Or maybe I misread the text. Let me look.
No, I don't.
She might
Well,
have.
the Pro Pack with the wipers, I think, is 30.
No,
TV's
on our
28.
on our TV. I mean, I think it's weird that we have two different ones.
See Walgreens.com/Medicare for details. A junk drawer. We all have one. It's full of all kinds of things. Batteries, paper clips, pens, markers, bits of string. Things that are useful on their own, but thrown together make a mess. Hi, this is Linda Gardner.
What do you get? Oh, you got a fake
Maybe
one,
it
huh?
was a typo on him. Because
was
he
that a
put
fake one?
$38.95.
Fake
Maybe
deer
it's
that
the
it
typo's
looks like
wrong
a
because
deer
it's all
grab.
text.
A stock here, an IRA
Yeah, I'm not
there,
gonna.
multiple 401ks. Soon those investments
I mean,
start to look
you know,
like that
waiting
check.
for him to respond.
If they don't mention your name, then it's that price. If they mention your name, then it's the other price.
Consolidating your investments can help keep your
I think it would
portfolio
be weird.
balanced and diversified. Need help
I like your
evaluating
quote.
your investments?
You really like Tom when he agrees with you.
You mention Tom Martino, you get that price. If you don't mention him, then you get the regular price.
Obligation visit 720-488-8604.
Glass cleaner,
That's
but once you use them, you can't. You won't wear dirty
Or
glasses.
reach out online. Your money, your retirement.
Oh, really? Does it polish it or it just cleans it?
It just cleans them fantastic.
Mike Brown, afternoons 4 to 7. Senator Howard
Okay.
Nevada says Justice Kennedy might retire this summer. If so, it's another opportunity for President Trump to put an originalist on the court and save the Constitution. Join
It's
me
a good
Monday
product
at 4
for sound
everywhere on
stuff.
Talk Radio.
What's that?
It's the cheapest place to buy these glass cleaners. Once you use them, they clean your glasses so well you can't stand your glasses.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Pro Auto Care will take care of you with the Pro Pack special, an oil change, wipers, and tire rotation for $38.95. And that is topping off all the other fluids as well. 303 Pro Auto. The website is 303proauto.com. That's $38.95. Oil and filter change. That's semi-synthetic blend. Wipers and tire rotation. Wiper blades. That's a great deal. $38.95. 303 Pro Auto. They've been in business 26 years. Let's go to the phone. Steve. Oh, Steve already made that. Pat. Go ahead, Pat. Welcome. What's going on, Pat?
Yes, sir. I was talking about my warranty on my truck.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Real quick, I want to correct something. I didn't catch it right away.
Oh, and I want to tell everyone, by the way, we have lines open at 303-713-TALK. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Oh, I wanted to correct. I didn't catch it right away, but you were talking about an aftermarket warranty. My truck is under a factory warranty still.
Okay, so let's talk about it. You're saying they just won't cover it, right?
Correct.
Why?
And I spoke with a lawyer.
Do they say it's because this intake? Well, are they saying it is so bad that it caused it to fail?
Correct.
See,
I wonder if there is a correlation between that.
We need our expert, as I said. And is it drivable? Are you driving it, or is the engine completely toast?
No, absolutely not. There's a hole in the side of the block.
See, that just doesn't sound right. How many miles on it?
88,000 and change.
88, and you've had it since when?
I bought it in 2015, I believe.
Is it a 2015 truck?
No, it's a 13 truck, but it's under warranty up to 100,000 miles.
Well, 100,000 or 5 years, right?
No, I believe I don't recall what the year is, but I think it was the warranty's up in 19, I believe, if I remember correctly.
I mean, are you? I want to establish this for sure, Pat. Are you sure it is still under warranty? Because truly warranties. Okay, that's good. So for argument's sake, I'm not going to even worry about it. It's under the original Chrysler warranty.
Correct.
But they're saying it was owner abuse.
That's what they're saying, correct. But
why was your intake so dirty?
It wasn't dirty. It's not dirty.
They're lying.
My air filter was a little bit dirty, but I live in the country and I work construction.
Well, so they're lying.
Yes, correct.
And what dealer?
I took it to two accredited mom and pop shops, let's say, and both of them, I've got letters of recommendation from both of them saying that the air intake system could not have caused the problem.
Did you have it towed there?
I towed it myself personally.
To each of these places to get a second opinion?
Yes, sir.
And they said the air intake manifold could not have caused this failure?
Not correct.
What did they say caused the failure?
They could not tell me exactly because they couldn't tell me exactly what caused it, but they said that the air intake system could not have caused the problem.
I think he's going to have to find out what did cause it in order to go after him.
Well, you need to pay for all of this analysis, Pat. It's going to boil down to a lawsuit. What is it going to cost to fix your engine?
Right around $9,000.
Okay, because you need a new block, right?
Yes.
You need a new engine, period.
Yes.
Okay. This is very odd. This is very odd. Your mileage is not excessively high. The problem is catastrophic. And usually a catastrophic problem is not caused by that kind of stuff, by lack of maintenance. Usually a catastrophic problem is a manufacturer's defect, usually. But you're going to have to go so far as to get some metallurgy or some testing done. They're not going to just give in. It's going to be a fight. I mean, they don't want to spend $9 grand. The dealer that said, did the dealer say it was a bad intake manifold, or it was dirty, or did a Chrysler rep say that?
Supposedly the dealer had a Chrysler rep at their dealership looking at my truck.
Because Chrysler, the dealer, would want to do this work. You know, they want to do it.
Yes.
So the rep, because Chrysler, you know, the dealers get paid by the manufacturer, and they don't get kudos for turning work down. So this rep was looking for an excuse to get rid of the claim. That's what they all do. That's what adjusters do. That's what everyone does. So really, Pat, what you have to do is fight it. You have to show your maintenance records, and you're going to have to fight it.
I've done that.
One of the other things they say on the Chrysler warranty is in order to maintain the lifetime, well, this one's a lifetime powertrain warranty, the person or entity must bring it in every 5 years to get inspected.
Uh-oh.
Well, that I was never told when I bought the truck.
Well, it's not a matter of being told. See, warranties, terms and conditions do not have to be told to you. You have to know them. Ignorance is not an excuse of that. So, Mark, is it pretty clear about that? What does it say?
It is on that one, but that one's there was a couple of years they had a lifetime powertrain warranty.
So that's not this.
That was talking about the lifetime.
Oh, okay. I'm wondering if do you have the terms and conditions of your warranty on this truck?
I'm sure I do at the house. Yeah.
You got to get it. That's number one. Then you have to get a scientific analysis done by your truck. I mean, this is where you go to somebody like Norris at SOS Inspections, and this guy, I mean, if they have to have metallurgy done, they'll have it done. But I have a warning for you, Pat. You could spend a few $1,000s to try to prove your point and still not prove it. And I'm not talking about people who are expensive. I'm talking about the nature of the testing. This is the unfortunate circumstance you're put into when a manufacturer looks for reasons to get out of warranty work. Have you been to another dealer?
I did take it to another Chrysler dealer, and they wouldn't even look at it because my truck is red flagged.
Yep, that's right.
But I've spoken with other very knowledgeable Chrysler people, and they told me that particular engine is not suitable for that truck. It's too big of a truck for that engine, and that's what caused it.
I wouldn't start bringing that up in court, though.
I mean, well, it's what you have to do is refute what they're saying. If you go after the whole make and model, I mean, it could be that the engine overworked. That's a good point. But what you first have to do is show why it's not the intake manifold. You know, these people have to do more than say, in my opinion, the intake manifold could not have caused this. I mean, I kind of agree. I don't even understand, even dirty. I mean, the filter catches it, and even if it is dirty, I don't know how that causes a rod to go through the case, for goodness sakes. How does that happen? That is a catastrophic failure that's not caused by a bad intake manifold.
This is exactly what it says. 2013, that's the year he gave us. Restricted warranty. This is on the powertrain warranty. Your warranties can also be restricted by Chrysler. Chrysler may restrict the warranty on your vehicle if the vehicle is not properly maintained. That's it.
That's what they're saying.
That's it. It doesn't say. They're saying they didn't properly maintain it, and here's why, because this is so dirty. I don't know if it actually matters if that's what caused a failure.
No, I don't think it. You're right. They can just hang their hat on it, is what you're saying. What is your comment, Eric? You have a comment on this?
Yeah. So, is this a factory intake he's dealing with, or is it aftermarket? If it's aftermarket, we fall under Magnuson-Moss.
Hold on, Pat. Is it an aftermarket intake?
The only thing that is aftermarket is the air filter itself.
Okay, Chrysler is going to have to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt under Magnuson-Moss. Come on, Mark, you know this.
Magnuson-Moss is just an implied warranty based on suitability.
Right, but under Magnuson-Moss, and he can invoke this, Chrysler has to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that that is what caused it.
Well, it's not
because Chrysler was doing this years ago with the Cummins diesel and aftermarket intake.
It's not exactly what it says that you have to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt. What it says is that something is going to be fit for a particular purpose, but it still has to be under warranty. So if the warranty is voided, okay, they could void the warranty, and then Magnuson-Moss would have nothing to do with it. That's what they're trying to do. I don't think they're saying that it caused it. I think they're saying it wasn't maintained properly, Eric. I don't think they're even trying to make the connection.
If they're saying that the filter's a little bit dirty, I mean, a K&N filter are designed to work better than the
Well, he didn't say it was K&N, is it?
Yes, it is. That's what he said.
Oh, I didn't hear him say that. So Pat, it still comes down to you having to do some kind of legal action. It's not going to be automatic, okay? It's just not. And whether it's, the factory warranty or Magnuson-Moss, Magnuson-Moss is really one of the most misunderstood laws out there. It actually clarifies warranties. It doesn't take a place of a warranty. But here's what we have to do. One step at a time. You have to start getting professional testing done. And I would start with Norris at SOS Inspections, Pat. Okay?
Okay.
Now, Suzanne will give you that number out. Okay. Excel Roofing in the house. We're going to talk to him about some of these emails I've been piling up. And then we also have our guest, new member of the referral list, Scott's Carpet, and he wanted to talk about padding. He said he had some very, very important information. The Raleigh House is a place I would send people if they needed help with an addiction. But you don't want to send someone anywhere. In fact, you don't even know if people are ready to go anywhere. So what you really need to do is get information when it comes to any kind of an addiction, and that is what the Raleigh House does. They offer an information line, an open, private, confidential, complimentary information line. Any and all questions are fair game. Anything you want to ask. You can confess about what happened with the addict. You can talk about their life. You can talk about your life. You can talk about how it interacts with yours. You can ask questions about the cost of treatment, about insurance, about what the Raleigh House does, or what other treatments do. They'll talk about it all. You won't have any problems getting answers. And that's what people need. They sometimes get embarrassed. They don't know who to talk to. You can talk to the Raleigh House. 720-893-5559. 303. That's 720-893-5559. That's theRaleighHouse.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW and iHeart. Stay right back. Wednesday mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW Denver.
What kind of media do you mainly do, Robert? What kind of media do you mainly do?
Pictures and videos.
What do you like to do?
I like to take pictures, I like to do videos, and I like to do editing.
That's right. So, looks like you try to do commercial stuff?
I do commercials.
Weddings and stuff?
Anything that you might need pictures for.
What's your bread and butter, man? My bread and butter is an asphalt roof that's on insurance claim. That's what my bread and butter is.
My bread and butter, sure. My bread and butter right now is working at the convention center doing setups. Convention setups like setting up projectors, setting up sound systems, helping roll out events like that. I'm just now getting this off the ground where I'm legal, got my name set, got my CDF, my what else, LLC, and so now just trying to compete with people that's already out there. That's in the niche.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were
get my own little niche.
As you grow up, things change.
Teaching
just didn't seem like the best option.
Is there a lot of flat roofs here?
So you decided
flat roofs, yeah. But that's not our sweet spot. And we do commercial flat roofs. You know that? We will. But our sweet spot is an asphalt shingle roof. It's $10,000 insurance claim. That's
boom, boom, boom. On to the next.
Boom. Right in bullseyes.
Does he know State Farm already? To be that agency?
We've worked with State Farm for the last 25 years.
The guy delivers a pizza to this porn star.
Anybody that's got a insurance claim, no matter what,
he'll give her $200 to have sex.
Yeah, because Allstate
doesn't say.
Remind them because the company that was recommended by Domino's.
I don't know if she's actually sued.
Domino's drivers contractors.
Yeah, we
because they say they can do a lot of things that they don't. Instead of just sticking with roofing like they should. Because I said, well, we put up the ironing, to put up this, to do that, just to get in there, then they start backing out. Or they get a contract that's not living up to quality of what they love.
If somebody wants us to do all those other kind of trades, we'll do it, but that's not what we're best at. We're best at that roof. If they want us to do the windows and the awnings and all that, we can get it done. But man, all of a sudden
I'm done, right? You're not going to pop another one on me, right?
Roofing contractor being a general contractor.
How dare you assume I would?
That's what I do with hard surfaces, case by case.
Yeah, you're done now.
Case by case.
That's what they did.
Very the guy that works with me.
And then the guy who put the flat roof up, he did a pretty good job, but he worked out some bricks.
You have a flat roof, you say?
Yeah, on my garage. And on the front side, they did the rubber mat instead of along the wall ceiling, and that way they came over the top of the bricks. And while they were doing that, the nails that they used on the inner side now.
Powered on.
And so now Apex is upset because I'm
ready to pair.
$800 of money. I said, no, this is to be paid for 4 guys.
Where does it say the $200?
And I told him you can pay me now. Then for me to take I'm at work like 2 months ago and he could charge me
You'll hear
That's
cool. The chain allegedly offered her a cinnamon twist dessert for her trouble.
Slow every once in a while. I've always gotten paid.
That's good.
Settled.
I don't get repaired.
That's the best.
Checking all.
I didn't know that you would have.
Very rarely ask for money up front.
Allstate insurance.
Never get paid
the
before
way
I'm
I got
done.
them was that my house is insured through Allstate. And the people next door had Allstate. So those people just start taking all the Allstate people in our area.
I'm Tom Martino. Frank Duran, the real estate man, is the guy you want. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate, you can't do better. Mark has used him. I've used him. Everyone I know who has recently done real estate, they've come to me and have used Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, and they love him. And they love him. 303-920-1622. And then somebody asked about Wink and Wink, because they said, not Wink and Wink, I'm sorry, about Trenner, because they said, you know, you were talking to that guy and you never gave his number. And Mark Trenner, at Trenner Law, I just want to give his number, because he's the one who said he's not sure, or he doesn't think they're breaking any laws when they put a replacement case on a phone that's a phony case that has the Apple logo on it if they're doing it for a guy that bought an Apple phone originally. Trenner Law, if you ever have any questions about trademarks or patents, 720-221-3708. And another email is about roofing, and it says, the guy says the roof will now cost way more because the decking is bad. Can I get that part done by someone? I know someone who can do that part cheaper. So can I have somebody else do that part? Do I have to let him do it? I mean, I think I know the answer to that. What do you think, Jay? On a roofing contract to begin with, let's just take one step at a time. If it's going to cost more, does that invoke any kind of special rights on the homeowner?
It invokes special rights of the policy. They need code upgrade most of the time in order to do something like decking. And for everybody out there listening,
doesn't the state say it gives them a new 3-day right to rescind?
If the cost of the contract changes, it certainly does, Tom. You know what you're talking about right there. If anything changes, but most of the time that decking issue comes up after the job is started.
So after it starts, you don't get a 3-day right.
Nope, after it starts, you're done.
But I don't think they have to have the same contractor do it.
No, that homeowner could do it himself. I think he's making
someone else do it.
I think he's making things more complicated. He would have to get somebody to go in there and tear off the roof, and then have somebody go in and do the decking, and then do the felt paper or the underlayment.
Well, apparently it's already torn off because they see it's a bad deck.
Yeah, he could go in there and get somebody else to do it and then put the waterproofing on top of that, the underlayment. But the question in my mind is if it storms like it did last night and it leaks, who's responsible? So that homeowner has to be responsible for anything that happens in between the contractors.
Okay. I took an initial check from my insurance company and I spent it. I don't care about replacement. What are the ramifications? Well, technically the mortgage company can force him to do it. They can force him to fix the roof.
Most of the times that insurance company doesn't give him the full amount. Let's say
it's the full amount.
Let's say it's a $10,000 claim. They take $1,000 right off the top because that's a pretty common deductible. So then there would be $9,000.
Whatever.
And then most of the time the insurance company is going to write a check for $6,000 to that homeowner, which he probably spent. So there's still $3,000 out there hanging. If that homeowner,
it's called replacement cost. You get the actual cash value up front. Right? Usually.
It's the depreciation is what they call it, that backside money.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you're right. So that's where he is going to be losing out in the end because he won't get that depreciation money. And usually
what are the ramifications? There are a lot of them. First and foremost, if you have another roof claim, they're going to subtract the whole claim.
Absolutely. Yep.
Second, if you sell the home, you have to disclose it was damaged and never fixed.
That's right.
Third, there's one more, and that is, well, you won't get the money like you said, but there was something else I thought that could be important.
Well, what could happen?
Your mortgage could be called due, technically. Technically, they could call your mortgage due.
I don't know if the mortgage company would ever know, but what could happen,
if they find out, they could call it due because you're supposed to keep it. You're supposed to keep your home in good condition. In fact, in all mortgage loans, there is a clause for due if it's not kept in merchantable condition.
Yeah,
home.
You're right about that. The most likely scenario that we see is, let's say 2 or 3 years passes by, a door knocker comes by, says, hey, there was a little bit of hail damage. They go up on the roof, they find all of this old hail damage, and they convince the homeowner to file a claim. The homeowner files that claim, and all of a sudden it comes out that they never did the first roof. And what happens then is the insurance company says, not only did you not do the first claim, but we are going to cancel your policy in the next 90 days if you do not put a new roof on. So then they're under the gun.
So there's all kinds of problems.
We got a question for our guest too, Scott. My doorway carpet is starting to pull away from the door frame. Is there anything I can do?
Yeah, you're talking about the entry.
Absolutely.
Threshold.
We get it all the time. We just come in there with the power stretcher, take it up, and then we stretch it up a little bit.
Why does it pull away to begin with? Usually I thought carpets get more stretch, not less.
Well,
why would a carpet shrink?
If it's at a doorway, it could be all kinds. If it's at the doorway, it could be all kinds of problems. But normally, all my problems are not people without power stretching. You know, they just lay the rug in there, smash the metal down.
What about knee when they kick it? Is that not enough?
Nope, that's setting a wall. Now we set with a kicker, and then you stretch with a power stretcher.
But don't most installers use power stretchers?
They're supposed to use power stretchers, but if you go to, I guarantee you, we check 10 vans. We don't find 10 power stretchers.
Kevin, what's going on with you, Kevin? 303-713-TALK. We do have Open lines, by the way, 303-713-8255. What's going on, Kev?
I just got a question about these guys who unsolicit or solicit you from Craigslist and text message you without permission.
I've never had that. How do you get unsolicited texts from Craigslist?
So if you're like a car on Craigslist, and then the
your phone is cutting out. Are you there? Oh God, it's really bad.
Tom, I do know one of the things.
Okay, hold on one sec. Kev, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Your main question is, what can you sue for unsolicited texts? The answer is, what would you sue? What is the damage?
Oh, there's my text minutes.
There is no statutory. See, there used to be for faxes. There used to be a statutory amount you could sue for each unsolicited text.
Fax.
Text
maybe, and the reason I say that is if you don't have a plan that's all you can eat text, it could incur a charge each time you get an incoming.
Yeah, I mean, technically then you could sue for that if you could find the perpetrator, but it's like $50 to file, so it would almost not be worth it. Jay, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, when you post something on Craigslist, it gives you that option. It says, is it okay to be contacted by other solicitors?
Yeah.
And you uncheck that, no. But then what I also notice about Craigslist is most of the time people, they don't just write their phone number in numeral digits. They'll put a couple words in there. Instead of 6400, put 64 and then the
so the bots
words.
Don't find it.
Yeah, so those bots don't get it. And I bet that's who's hassling him, because he says it's all texts.
Jim, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. This is Jim. I'm curious. I've got approached by a solar company. Their name is Blue Raven. I've never heard of them, but I would like to find out if
we have never heard of them either. And here's what I want to tell you about solar companies. Most solar companies don't last more than 3 years.
Right.
Most. Not some. Most. The ones that last more than 3 years are rare. And it's a big gamble. So here's what I've said. There are good solar companies that don't last long, but they're good. And if you have standardized good products like inverters and panels and wiring, and if it's done right, and if it's done to code, and if you have good products, then you don't care if they stick around, unless, of course, they're offering you some kind of warranty, then you would care. But I would always check what products are being used more than anything, and what price am I being charged, but I would never depend ever on any warranties offered by the dealer, ever. I just wouldn't. Now, I'm not saying it won't happen, you won't get warranty work, but don't use that to shop around. Because some guy can say a 50-year warranty, and another guy can say a 2-year warranty, and the 2-year warranty is real, and the 50-year warranty is a pipe dream. So I would go by the products and the quality of installation, and then worry about, in the future, if you have to get it serviced, you have to just go with whoever.
Get a bid by Solar City as well.
Yeah, and never do a lease with anyone except Solar City right now. They're the only solid company out there. They're the only ones. So, why don't you, are you looking to lease or to buy?
Actually to buy, and that's what they're doing. They're offering, to sell their product, 25-year warranty. And
who's the warranty from?
It's from them.
They're not going to be around in 25 years.
Right, exactly. And they say that they've been around for 10 years.
Okay.
They went door to door to get this. So
they're not going to be around. You don't care about 25 years. What does the manufacturer offer on the components? That's what you care about. And then they're going to sell you the system, and that's good. And then you get the tax bennies, right? And you get the tax credits. And how much is the system for how many kilowatts? How much is it?
It was like $47,000 for 23 panels, and each panel has a micro inverter. And I think it was like 1,600 kilowatts or something like that. Or
make sure that the micro converters are acceptable because I'll tell you why. This new technology might sound good, but if a converter goes out and you have to replace the whole panel, I mean, panels are panels. The more complicated they get, the harder it is. You can even mix match panels if they don't have a lot of proprietary stuff. But this inverter, while it sounds cool to have a built-in inverter, I don't know about the service part of it. I like inverters where they are, but listen, I'm not. Why don't you? What you should do now is take that and use it as a basis to shop, and then decide, hey, is it a good deal? Is this something I should do? That's the way I would handle it. I would use it as a basis, and
do the math.
And
too.
another one, Genesis Total Exteriors. Just so you know, they have solar windows. They're passive solar. And no, they're active solar, but you don't have to have a system to benefit. Even if you just wanted to put in a good window, they cost like a regular window, but they generate into the grid and give you credit even if you don't have a system. Of course, they do all kinds of home improvements as well, and that's just a part of it. 303-679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
This report.
So the co-founder of that thing, it looks like he's about 26 in this picture, so he must have been 16 when he found it.
Oh, no, Blue Raven?
Yeah. Blue Raven. And then there's another kid down here, looks like he's about 8. Looks like most of them are from BYU, so who knows, maybe.
They're all over several states.
Who?
The ownership of Blue Raven. Okay. A bunch of BYU guys.
Watch out for delays. One forecast about a 20% chance of a rain snow mix later.
It says in 2 years they went from 3 to
right now,
300 or something.
Denver and 34.
Who knows?
Traffic that's good scary too, right 630 K-House.
It says that they're backed by a partnership.
As soon as the government pulls any kind of subsidies, man, that whole thing's down.
I mean, really, solar companies are just fly-by-nights everywhere. I don't care who they are.
But as soon as the government takes their money away, they're going to disappear all. We'll see if Elon can fix it. He might, like you said. Elon Musk might be able to fix it.
But I wouldn't depend on these companies that have 50-year warranties. Make me laugh. 20-year warranties, 10-year warranties. Do people really believe them? I mean,
they do. People believe it.
Like,
they buy it,
if you get a roof and the manufacturer, even a manufacturer won't be around most of them 50 years.
Probably not, but you know they start prorating it after a number of years.
But real warranties,
like a battery or a tire,
huh?
Like a battery or a tire.
But there are companies like General Electric and certain companies that I would depend on.
Not me.
They'll be around.
I don't think GE's going to be around.
Owens Corning, that's who we sell their shingles. I'm looking at their pen. I see, check out their pen. Even the frickin' Pink Panther. Even the Pink Panther footprints, look, even those things are trademarked. You put that footprint on another product, it's their intellectual property.
Oh, you're...
It is, man. Don't get him started again. Look at the pen. Look at it.
I'm going to Amazon right now, and I'm going to buy some of these.
And they're licensed.
And then I'm going to stick one on Tom, and all of a sudden Tom is...
No, but they're licensed.
Right.
The T-shirts are licensed. You can't put a logo on a T-shirt.
But then you can do whatever you want with it.
What's weird is he says they're not selling iPhones. If they put an Apple T-shirt out, I'll bet you you'll be a cease and desist with an Apple T-shirt with the Apple on it.
I don't think you would even have to sell them. I think if you just gave them away, you'd get trouble for it, or you could.
One Clear Choice Garage Doors is one clear choice for you. If you have a garage door problem of any kind, or if you want to get an opener that's Wi-Fi ready and battery backup and ready, time to close feature, just $333. 303-565-6409. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. We love these guys. So you said you wanted to talk about pads, but you said pad at cost. Just mention our show. So you're telling me if people call you pad at cost, how much of the job is the pad? You never hear that quoted usually. They just quote the whole job.
Well, it depends on the price of the carpet.
All right, what did you want to say about pads?
But usually, I'll tell you what, we never use a cheap pad at Scott's
and
Carpet.
I should say who I'm talking to, Scott's Carpet.
Scott's Carpet, 970-402.
By the way, Scott's Carpet and decorating. What's the decorating part?
The decorating was painting, and I don't do a whole lot of painting now.
Okay.
But we still take a painting job if it's the right job.
Let's talk about padding.
Right, we like to do pad right now. Most carpet companies sell you just as much pad as they do carpet. In reality, you use 10% or less or pad than you do carpet. So technically, you shouldn't be charged for it. Now, if you charge it at the beginning...
What do you mean you shouldn't be charged for it?
Well, you got a 100-yard job, you only need 90 yards pad. So why are you charged 100 yards pad?
Oh, wait a minute. Why do you only need 90% of the job in pad?
Because there's waste. There's waste on your carpet.
Okay.
But there's no waste in pad. very little, you know.
Oh, okay.
Pad comes 6 feet
So
wide.
normally you need less pad.
Normally you need 10% or 10 to 15%
less.
Right.
Okay.
And if you do sell it at the time,
that's a good tip.
And if I did sell them 100% of pad at the time of purchase, and I knew I only used 87% of it, I would take it off the bill at the end.
How much can it run per? Do you do by yard?
Oh, pad is the biggest thing in the world. Pad goes anywhere from 69 cents a yard to $10 a square yard.
Oh, come on. $10?
Absolutely. This pad right here, which is my best pad, at $4.75, which is an 8-pound, half-inch pad. That pad right there with a different name on it that might be put Keristan on the front of it goes for $8, $9 a yard.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
So, what kind of pad do you recommend?
I always recommend a Rebond pad.
Rebond is all of that put together like that.
Exactly. It's always a particle pad. Now, some of the foam pads are very good. Here's a good one. Here's a good one they call pet friendly or spill proof.
But that looks like Rebond.
It does look a little bit, but if you could turn it over on the other side, it's just got a little better cover on it. We've always had cover on pad. Now they're calling it spill proof. Well, if it's not installed spill proof, because we staple pad down and we tape it. If you don't tape each staple hole, it's not spill proof. I've never seen an installer install spill proof pad the way it's supposed to be installed, except for me.
They staple it and then tape it.
They don't tape it.
That's what you do.
They don't tape it. Yeah, you tape the holes.
And so it makes a moisture bond.
Right. And my pad price.
Well, hold on. What about? I want to talk about it. How important is pad? Do you go if you had to go with a less expensive carpet? Can you make up for it with the pad? You can.
In a way, you can. If you're always using a decent pad like I do, a half-inch, 6-pound, it's good for almost all your carpets, up to about a 48-ounce.
When would you use the super duper?
I would use the 8-pound more in basements. Or commercial carpets that you want a little firmer walk, because the 6-pound will give you a little bit of a softer walk as opposed to the firmer walk with the 8-pound.
I wonder why they never built carpeting with pad built in.
They do. It was called Kangaback, and they still do right now. If actually I get some over at Menards, which is a cheap place.
Is it?
No, it's crap. But it's if you only got $100 and you want to do a bedroom, then that's what you put. Excuse my language. I apologize.
No. I just wondered about
pad is one of the biggest scams in the place. Like Menards or Home Depot, they want to give you free pad. Nothing is free.
Well, no, I understand.
They give you free install.
But
it's crazy.
Pad is important. It really is.
It really is. Absolutely.
It can help your carpet last, but you have to be balanced. You don't want a super pad and a really cheap carpet.
You really don't.
You don't want the other way around.
No, because it'll actually cause the cheap carpet to go out faster if you have a good pad.
But you're saying, oh, really?
Well, yeah, because it
won't give.
Right, exactly. It's
all right, but your balance is that 6-pound.
My balance is I usually use a half
for everything.
That's right. I use that for 95% of my work.
6-pound.
6-pound half-inch pad. I sell it for $3.75 a yard. It's going right now at Home Depot for $5.20 a yard.
So are you in a buying group like Simply Floors
nope.
is? Or do you
nope. I just have a very good relationship with a couple carpet stores in Fort Collins. One is Northern Colorado Carpets, and he sells me my stuff really
low. Your service area up north?
That's my service area up north, and now we're coming this way. So we're doing a lot more work in Denver.
So what is your special? Pad at cost?
It is right now, absolutely. You name this, and I'll give you pad at cost, which is $1.25 less than my original price, because I bump it up $1.25.
That's Scott's Carpet and Decorating, 970-402-9250. From where to where do you service?
Denver to Wyoming.
Okay. Now, Jay, what special are you going to give us?
Right now we're running a special, Tom. You can get a free solar-powered attic fan.
I love those.
With an insurance claim. Man, these things are the best.
I love those because they're silent, they're maintenance-free. You put it up there, you set it, and forget it.
Totally forget it. And what it does...
Comes on and off automatically.
As soon as it sees the sun, it's going to turn it on, and it's going to pull all of the hot air or the moisture out of the attic. Give us a call, 303-761-6400.
Hi, this is Dave Logan. In today's online world, ruled by anonymous online...
Now, I'm going to do a lot more on this iPhone thing. I want to do a lot more on it.
How can I help?
Well, you